Okay, okay. Well, Rubai, somehow CSC did not learn from the errors of its ways because they gave us another match to cast.
Yeah.
And not only did we get, like, we got the two of us, right? And then we also got Nexus observing. It's like, who signed off on this?
It's sort of it is really an all-star lineup of ineptitude, corruption, fraudulence,
Debauchery.
really everything just that is an affront to CSC as a whole. And quite frankly, it's a large indictment of the admin team and the moderators that something like this was allowed to happen. But nevertheless, we're here and we're casting yet another game. So, if they can put up with us for one series, hopefully they can put up with us for another.
CSC's limits will truly be tested today. But going from Cameron King to Nexus is going from like Greg Popovich to Eric Spoelstra.
True. We are very lucky to be in the presence of two of the greatest observers in this league, and we're very happy for their
Yeah.
service. So
Spoiled is a very generous term for that, but um well, you got us shitty casters for a really good series. So there is the juxtaposition there.
yeah, look,
It's
if you want to mute the stream, and you just want to watch the observing work that Nexus is doing, then
yeah,
honestly,
that's
I
like
wouldn't even be mad at you. Like that, you're
yeah,
perfectly within your rights to do that. So,
yeah.
um,
But NAN versus ATL Elite, and well, while we were setting things up, I thought this was going to Mirage. We're back on Anubis of all things, which is not what I personally expected.
Now, as Starley was talking a little bit before the game, how he expected this to probably be. You said it was going to be a nuke
I
pick,
thought it was,
right?
and so ATL did end up picking Nuke on map two,
Okay.
um, but whatchamacallit, I thought NAN, because they're the lower seed coming in, they'll pick first. I thought they were going to go with Mirage. Mirage is a map that ATL hasn't played yet, and NAN was 2-1 on it. Believe they, oh, I guess I suppose they haven't played it very recently. Last time they played it was against Sav on match day 7. But instead of opting for Anubis, which, NAN's not a slouch on Anubis by any stretch. I mean, they're 2-2 on it, which is nothing crazy. But ATL is 3-1 on it, and ATL also gets side selection because you pick the map. So,
Um, and it's especially weird considering the fact that their Mirage wins are not amazingly convincing because they
no.
did lose. Well, for starters, they lost. Their one loss on Mirage is to Gas, who are currently not in playoffs. Although it was an overtime loss, so it's not like they got smacked. But out of every team to lose to, that's probably not the one. But after that, they did get like a good win over Sav, and Sav are what, like the 2, 3, 4 seed? They're a pretty good team.
Yeah, Sav is a decent team. Sav was the last team in top six because of the tie incident.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes,
Well,
of
we
course.
could do a very long monologue about the tie incident, but I don't think we'll
But
have
for the
time to
for the
do that.
sake of not giving Homer a brain aneurysm for once again bringing up the tie situation,
Well, I mean, I could just ping
um,
him in the GM rules thread. Do you want me to do that
yeah,
instead?
I'm sure
Because I
I'm
think
sure
it's
he
just a
would be
faster way.
really happy if
Yeah,
live on stream you harassed him about the tie
the rules.
situation. I'm sure that Homer would be
No,
very happy about that.
no, I'm not mean enough to do it about the tie situation, but I could ask for another
Nah.
clarification on rules that already exist.
No, well, the thing is that we're not going to do that because we're going to focus on the game that is at hand with this
Wait,
incredible matchup that we have right in front of us.
yeah, and and this is gonna sound like absolute crazy talk, so bear with me here. I'm kind of excited to see actual structure, like maybe a little bit slower CS than the series we casted yesterday.
Oh my
Understand,
goodness, that
the
premiere.
maps, the maps themselves don't lend right to the slowest style of CS, especially between Anubis and Nuke. I mean, you could play Nuke a little bit slower, but early outside fights tend to be pretty chaotic and in your face. Anubis, obviously, with the T side, you're gonna want to be aggressive either in canals and mid somewhere, right, to take an early fight, look for some kind of opener play. But I mean, last night was a bit of a fever dream.
Well, and the thing is too is that I'm not sure about NAN necessarily, but I know for ATL that at least 3 of their players are all on an ESEA team.
Mm-hmm.
together. So hopefully there's a little bit of like they've
Structure.
done this before. There's some structure. So hopefully they have a little bit more of an expanded playbook here, at
Yeah.
least relative to AVI Premier.
I
So
think it's not necessarily even like a playbook, so to speak. It's just more so we have time to actually commentate what the hell's going on.
true.
Um,
That's where we will be able to actually comment if a trade is made instead of five trades
oh,
happening
everyone's
within
just
the
dead.
span of 10 seconds. Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
It's a 1v1 now. And
Outright.
we have a clutch to commentate.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, this is a NAN team, right? Like started off the season really, really strong. I think they were 4-0. Like Exift was casually just putting everyone in his backpack as if they were like the transactions team.
True,
Like
true.
Steve
Speak
K
on it.
was
We love
playing really,
transactions
really
here.
well.
We love the TMs. But did
Hey,
not put the TMs on the okay because we do have Nexus in here. Nexus is a known goat of transactions. So let's pay our respects first. All right.
it starts at the top and it bleeds its way down. You know, when you have a guy like Exift running the show, I mean, you could see how everyone else under him is just absolutely just like dream team material, basically.
Absolutely,
Um,
absolutely. Excellence breeds excellence.
exactly, exactly. We as GMs would know that very, very well.
Look, as
Definitely.
GMs, we have an unbelievable amount of respect for the transaction managers that keep this league running.
That's right. That's right.
So
We have such a level of respect that we often send catering to their office.
nothing but love for Exift both in and out of the server,
Yes,
certainly.
but
But some other notable names on this NAN squad. Everybody's favorite player, Blitzer.
I mean, speak for yourself.
Maybe not known for in-server performance, but absolutely some incredible out-of-server baiting.
Yes,
Um,
cultural impact. Cultural
yeah,
impact
Blitzer
that's the term.
definitely has the market cornered when it comes to cultural impact. Both him and Rundle have been
Yeah,
professionals in the baiting arts for
years.
multiple seasons at this point. I wouldn't say years. The Blitzer doesn't have that type of tenure, but maybe years. Maybe
I
if
think
Blitzer wants,
Rundle might have a year or two.
yeah, maybe.
Um, but yeah, for sure. But I mean, don't discount either player as well in server, like you were going to say. Blitzer's op is, you know, for all serious purposes, it's something that this NAN team is going to play around. Rundle's experience has been here for a while, and I thought Steve KL slotted in really well. Cat had a good spell on Greenhouse last season. Came into the start of this season, I believe, teamless due to scheduling conflicts. But you know, this NAN team is not exactly a speed bump, so to speak, right? I think ATL really does need to be careful that they don't start looking, you know, onto the next matchup or whatever. It's like, haha, you know, here's Nan who had to go in through the play and, you know, off of that. But Elite was very chalky this season. I don't know if you ended up looking at the standings, but like there was a very obvious top two, and ATL rightfully earned their spot.
Yeah, I mean, really, the two big teams this season have 100% been DRG and ATL, and I think UPS has made an attempt to be sort of
Mhm.
like that third, like big team that can really make a run in playoffs. But I think even still, ATL and DRG are definitely not, I wouldn't say leagues ahead, but a solid margin ahead of the rest of the teams in this tier. But and there is some history there too between those two teams because they did play each other in the regular season, and it
Yes.
came down to 11-13, where the DRG did take that one. So
Yeah. But
ATL definitely showed that that their regular season performance is no fluke with based on that performance though. So
for sure. Um, but yeah, I mean, this ATL team is it's just solid all the way from top to bottom. You know, it's anchored by Chip Bap, it's anchored by Boosh, but it's really hard to discount. I mean, this Insanity, another incredible.
true. Shout out to Zinsanity. We love all of the Zin based usernames that are on ATL. Zinsanity, Zintaras,
Yeah.
Frozen.
But
Some
if you want, you know, an aggressive entry player, I think you need to look no further than Jamer, who has been kind of just a one-man wrecking ball for this Hydras squad. Pushing 90 ADR, 60% opening duel win rate percentage, and he's taking a quarter of them on this team. And when you have smart players like Chip, you have smart players like Boosh, and you have another really solid support player in AJ, right? A lot of these fights that Jamer ends up taking aren't fair, which is exactly how you want it if you're an ATL player.
Uh, yeah, I mean, and the thing is too is that like this is sort of a weird like turnaround for ATL. Like
Yeah,
Chipbap got so tired of ATL being absolutely awful in Elite that he just decided, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna do it myself. You know, I'm gonna go win because I feel like it. And you know, Chipbap, to his credit, has put up a, you know, incredibly solid rating so far this season with a 1.16. I believe is the team's primary opper, if I remember correctly.
yeah,
So you know, look to see Chip Bap on the op this game there, this series. Also, unbelievably consistent too. I think a big thing to point to for ATL is they have multiple players that have posted very long streaks of 1.0 ratings or above.
hmm
Jamer has at this point um, over 11 games played, I believe. Only had 2 outings dropping below a 1.0 rating,
yeah,
which is unbelievably impressive. And those 2 outings where it was below 1.0, still like not bad ratings, like 0.89, 0.92, very respectable for sure. So, you know, it's really not exactly across the board, but really like some all-star talent that
yeah.
is unbelievably
And,
consistent. I think
and I,
the only player that doesn't have that claim to fame is AJ, and my impression is that AJ is IGLing this roster, so who cares? IGL debuff, right?
speak for yourself.
Okay, well, I'm not
Let's
speaking for
move
my
to,
look. I'm a fragging IGL myself, all
uh,
right, but
uh-huh. Yeah. But no, I was just gonna say, I mean, this match is personal for Chip. If you remember last season, there was really no voice louder than, preying on ATL's downfall than Blitzer when he was writing his
true,
segments.
true, absolutely.
It was
Everybody
interesting.
everybody remembers that pretty scathing article that Blitzer wrote with respect
Yeah.
to
Interesting.
ATL Elite's
Yeah.
management. So this might be a little bit of a grudge match for
I
Chip
think
Bap,
I think it I
honestly.
think it 100% is. I think this is proof, right, that Blitzer needs to learn ball basically before he keeps typing, because ATL has shown that they know it throughout the regular season. It's
Hmm.
it's a team with a well-defined map pool. They have like inherent cohesion, right? Inherent chemistry, because a lot of them are playing ESCA together, and this is a roster that's driven, that they want to win. You know, NAN, famously this season, I think, said they wouldn't scrim. They would just prefer to pug, I believe, pre-match, because that's just works better for them, which is totally fine. But personally, for me, that's match time you're losing out on. That's, cohesion, that's practice, whatever you're losing out on. Sure, okay, let's not sit here and shoot the shit and pretend that CSC scrims are the pinnacle of practice, right? But especially in a tier like Elite, where getting all 5 people onto the same server is a struggle in and of itself, right? Don't discount the amount of time that this Hydra team has put in. It's not going to be flashy. It's not going to be like, oh my God, Jamer wins this clutch. Oh my God, Chip App's op looks like, Prime Monazi or whatever. I mean, sure, you're going to get moments of that, right? You're going to get a little bit here and there, but expect the teamwork on ATL's side to be very, very strong. And it's going to take NAN something, something special, something extra, something that they probably haven't shown yet, to really come out on top and win this series.
Yeah, and the great thing about ATL is that they don't play any of that, you know, flashy razzle dazzle, flash in the pan offense. You know, they are a team that likes to run the damn ball.
Yeah,
So, you
we,
know,
we
it's
always have a team
some
that just
respectable working class Counter Strike
yes.
happening, hopefully in the server tonight. And you know, you do really love to see that. Hopefully, as an off note, the game will be starting soon. We have had the game a little bit delayed here due to one player on ATL
Uh,
not connecting to the server. Don't know what that's about, but according to chat, AJ is on the way, so hopefully the game will be able to start soon. So stay with us, stay tuned in. I promise the game will start soon. And right as I say that, AJ has connected to the server, so hopefully we will
wow.
be able to get into the pistol round very, very soon.
Yeah. And I mean, the biggest like differentiator between these two teams is that ATL's cast across all 5 of their players is 76%. Dan's is 69. So that's a
Ooh.
7-point gap in one of the main metrics you use to determine like team play, you know? Can Nan overcome that gap? Are they going to put themselves in tradable positions? Are they going to flash their teammates in? Like it's just this little stuff, right? But over the course of the regular season, ATL has shown that they've got a better grasp on it, right? Of course, it's one best of 3. It's single elim. If you forgot to take a shit before the series starts and then you put up a 2-16 stat line, there's really not a ton to say about it, right? Like it's very possible. We saw last night, right? Like a great player in Slimy just couldn't buy a kill. Honestly, robbed by the server multiple times. If you
True.
ask us,
If you saw the number of leg shots that Slimy had to deal with that day,
that should
honestly,
shots that
couldn't
should
even blame him
have
for
been
getting
shots.
tilted. Couldn't
No,
even blame him.
no, and it's just stuff like that, right? Like which makes CSC so hard to predict. Personally speaking, when you look at all of these factors and it's Counter-Strike at the end of the day, right? Like there's no rhyme or reason to a lot of this stuff because unfortunately the seasons are short. We don't play a lot of regular season matches and we don't always end up playing every single team. And so when playoffs comes, as long as you're in it, you've got a shot.
True. It is the type of league where anybody can make a run, a miracle run, and just, get a trophy out of nowhere. All right, and we are officially in the pistol round. NAN is going to be starting CT, ATL on T, so let's get right into it.
Yeah. So let's see what ATL end up doing. I wonder if they're going to set the tone early and stay aggressive right out of the gate, or if they're going to end up playing slow and trying to peel NAN players into bad decisions.
Yeah, not a lot of utility for this. Insanity only with a smoke flash, and it looks like ATL are just going to run it up the gut mid. Nobody from NAN to contest this at all. Looks like they're content to just take A space.
Well, hang on now.
This becomes weird because NAN are pushing Canal. They will find the one on a chip bat, but Boosh gets one as well, so we're into a 4v4, which is really weird. Boosh gets another one, which is great. Turns onto Brundle, and all of a sudden we're in a 4v2 situation. NAN rotation's very, very long, so this should be a one round for ATL. That just gets really sketchy. That looks like a round that NAN really should have had more to say in because they had a good timing pushing into Canal because ATL went for this sort of like weird E-box fake that never really came to fruition. Cat can't find the duel on the Jamer, and yeah, nothing to say for Blitzer really.
Okay, hold on, timeout. What is Blitzer's view model?
I
What
don't.
is that?
This is. It has to be like a deliberate attempt to troll the stream, certainly. Like because okay,
my
gets
God.
ooh, all right, whatever. Okay, maybe let's not knock his swag then. Finds the one, but just opts to leave, keeping the Kevlar, hopefully.
Yeah. But, I mean, huge credit to Boosh there, dancing around that Canal's pulse.
Yeah, playing the cover very excellently. Definitely harness the chaos.
Yeah, and he's just not able to be taken down. It ends up finding multiple kills off of it as well by playing that cover. Like you said, Rubai, like, Boosh should be 10 to rights there, and he's sometimes
Boosh has to get traded out for sure by NAN there.
No, and I thought the positioning there was beautiful. And again, right, those are the individual moments of excellence. The stat sheet says that they exist for ATL, right? That's a huge one. What should have been really, let's face it, a 3v4 or even a 3v5 on the pistol turns into an advantageous 4v2 for them.
Yep. And it looks like just a standard default spread from both NAN and ATL here. Steve trying to get a little bit of damage at mid. Does ding chip bat. But so far, nothing to suggest that ATL can't close this round out without any drama.
Well, XF is going to try and introduce some here with the Deagle. Can't quite find it onto Boosh, and Boosh is on his 4th now. And ATL playing this anti-eco very slow, very methodical. Sometimes when you get onto an anti-eco, it's like, yeah, they just have pistols, just, working
down.
But, ATL is going through all the steps here, got a flash, mollying off Pizza, his Insanity's trying to make a cheeky play here, and he has to be careful he doesn't attract too much attention.
They'll get all that B space. Cat does find one, though, which is weird. And how the hell does Insanity get backside without them checking it? That's weird.
I must have learned the smoke.
Yeah, 4v3 anyways, but the bomb is notably not headed to B, which is the smart decision because NAN are all in rotation towards B, and Insanity can just sit here and sort of hold the rotations a little bit. Bomb's still not going down. They will get into A main, and Insanity doing a little eco farming here. Get the money up.
Well, let's see if Blitzer gets run down here. No, Blitzer puts
a no-scope. Okay,
okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
Ooh, yep, there it is. There's the grudge. There's the grudge match, as we were talking about earlier. Chip Bap with a little bit of extracurricular activity after that round. You know, I would say it's a little premature because let's be honest, that was an anti-eco,
No.
but
You got to get in their heads early, you know?
true.
You got to set the tone. And this is not VDC, Rubai. Shooting
True.
bodies is not a match day. Okay.
That's correct. You will not get hunted down by the mod team for shooting at somebody's body after a round.
Yes.
So
Incredible that that statement has to be made in a competitive shooter, but that is the state of our country nowadays, unfortunately.
yes, all
So-
the woke nonsense that's happening in VDC
Yes.
right now. You can't
Yes.
even say anything anymore. My goodness.
Yeah, well,
Can't even engage in some lighthearted VM, but another eco stomp here from ATL. Nothing particularly interesting, no damage done by NAN, and they're just gonna sort of get run down. Okay, whoa, okay, Steve does get 2, which is good damage because money for ATL is, you know...
well, and he's also going to be able to recover an AK here if ATL
Yeah.
doesn't end up chasing him down. And in a 3v1 without the bomb down, I mean, AJ's going to go hunting here, trying to see if he can't take that rifle off of Steve's hands. But, I mean, that would be a huge boon if Steve ends up managing to save that.
Yeah.
I guess my question here is, does NAN bring the op out on round 4? I feel like you probably could, but so far ATL, again, with how slow, how methodical they've been playing, with like, you know, E-Box consistently smoked, House consistently smoked, like, does the op see a ton of value? Like, where do you end up putting it? Because we saw last night, right? Like, if you put it into a spot that gets smoked and you don't come up with a paired player to, you know, blow that smoke open, that op's pretty useless.
Okay,
Huh?
Steve gets another one, but it doesn't matter. Bomb's gonna tick down, but that's still incredible damage from
Yeah,
Steve here.
uh-oh.
Ooh, and he's gonna find a great lurk timing from the smoke. Hey, we were talking about some excellent observing earlier, and it's right on
Oh,
display.
my
Great
goodness.
angle from Nexus to show ships passing in the night, and Steve will get away with that rifle. I do think that they'll bring the AWP into play here because,
Yeah.
yep, and Steve pulls it out, so...
Okay.
You know, we're NAN with a full buy here, and you know we're finally into a gunny, and
Yeah.
NAN's
Let's see
got
where
a
Steve goes. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think right now with how slow ATL's playing and how split they're playing, the op could find, you know, an angle or an opening where he's not going to be easily able to be traded out, but ends up going mid and, well, he eats a flashbang for his troubles, but no.
and takes a little bit of damage there. Don't know who
Yeah.
threw. It was Exif that threw that nade. That was a classic NA nade there, very on brand for this franchise,
yes.
certainly. Oh, and Jamar finds Cat going for a little bit of an early peek there for info, but just gets punished.
Yeah, so now the house smoke comes in and Steve eats another grenade for his troubles, but I mean, look at how methodical that is, right? Don't smoke E-Box, don't smoke House, put some confusion as to where your op might end up being, and Cats gets punished looking for information in E-Box, and now Steve doesn't have anything to say for it. 5v4 and Blitzer is feeling the heat.
Yeah, Miff's another flashbang again on brand, and he's under a lot of pressure here because they're going to get E-Box space, and he doesn't have the right pre-aim at all. His Insanity just completely decks him,
Yeah.
and Steve KL goes down to Boosh, so absolutely nothing for Nan to say in this round. Exif will find one on a lurk timing in Canal, but at this point, it's just, you know, a little bit of econ damage. Nan's surely not going to look into this round very much. Okay, but Jamer can't find the shot on Arundel, so this could get interesting. But Exif can't find the kill on AJ, and that's round over, unfortunately. I think if Exif does get that, though, there's a very real retake on our hands because both players have kits, but not to be.
Yeah. I mean, Jamer's opening on E-Box. Oh, well, Rundle does take AJ with him to the grave. Does Nate have more kills on the exit than they do in the round?
Yeah, there have not been a lot of... a little bit of a tough spray there from Boosh. Not going to be super happy about that one, but doesn't matter too much. Econ is still fairly decent for ATL. They'll be able to get guns dropped down. No harm, no foul, and you'll be happy to be up 4-0 on Anubis. It is T-side, so it is advantage you, but nothing bad to say at all about a 4-0 start. So,
no. But I mean, again, battle the ops, right? Don't smoke House, don't smoke E-Box. Leave those sight lines open and try and bait the CTs into one of the two while also playing disciplined yourself in top mid to avoid Steve's op. And Cat gives Jamer an opening 5v4, and you saw how that B defense crumbled because Blitzer didn't know where to look. He looks E-Box, gets taken down by his Insanity, and then as Steve tries to rotate in to help Blitzer hold E-Box, he exposes himself to B main, and that cookie crumbled fast.
Yep. And Exif Taking some gratuitous Molotov damage there, I would argue, trying to throw a nade through that. Does get some nade damage in exchange on Jamer, but...
It's been cold outside recently. I don't blame Exit.
It has. You gotta warm up.
Yeah, I told you, I was drinking hot water, and you were so, like, shocked. You were so confused at this, like, idea that, like, you could drink hot water. Like,
I just, like, you know, it's just... I feel like that's weirdo behavior, you know? Nobody...
You don't talk to enough Asian people, clearly.
Well, I guess. I mean, I had, like, 3 Asian roommates in college, but...
No way. Like, dude, like... Okay. Well, we'll talk about this in between the maps.
Yeah, this week... Let's cast the game, shall we?
Well, I don't know about that.
All right, ATL grouped up in water here. Looks like this is going to be a little bit of a delayed A-take bomb getting into position here. So this should just turn into a straight A execute, looks like. Insanity not going to post up T-stairs to try to, you know, get a pick on the E-box player. So this will just be the full commit. Yeah, and Exif's in a great position to catch off boost. You wonder if ATL are going to reconsider this now that they've spotted the op, but no, they're just going to go through the smoke, throwing the full execute. A lot of pressure here. Having it smoked off, op can't really do anything, so it looks like NAN will get a lot of space on, or sorry, not NAN, ATL will get a lot of space on site.
But no heaven control and cams is still going to be a problem here as Chip is going to explore. Okay, Chip.
Oh, wow, that was ambitious. Jamer does trade. So it's a doable post plant, but, you know, NAN definitely have a good chance in this round to make something happen. No, wait for that cam smoke to fade.
Yeah, no util left at all at ATL, so they need to find space somehow, and that's why Jamer goes exploring. Can't find it. Now 2v4, and the odds look terrible.
Insanity does find one. Both players low HP. AJ does find one. They're both playing behind the pillar. AJ gets another. Why have they not? Why has one of them not died? How is this happening? Oh my goodness! And Cat can't find the spray into AJ. My goodness, NAN are going to be kicking themselves about that round. That should have been a one retake every day of the week, because that was looking at that was a very disconnected post plant situation from ATL, because Jamer sort of goes looking in a sewer without, you know, too much support guys, and the other two players are sitting in A main. Like, they're not prepared for the cams push, obviously, but they just don't find the kills. Like, that's a weird round to lose.
I don't know if they had a molly or a smoke or something, like a molly for the fountain, right? Or like, you know, a smoke maybe deeper into A main from heaven or whatever, but they kind of just feed into, you know, AJ's crosshair, and I mean, I need to... Okay, Chip Fab, stop showing off now.
Yeah, well, AJ gets another early eco kill, but ATL have shown some good composure, and Bush will find Steve in mid, so plenty of space for ATL to work with. Ooh, Chip Fab does get caught with a nade out. Op is posted up there to trade, but Rundle rightly does not get over aggressive, so will not get punished for greed here. NAN have a good bit of info. It's going to come down to what Cat can do with his AK. Does find one. Bush needs to trade, but can't find the trade, so it's a 3v1 immediately, and Jamer's got a lot to do.
And an op, too, which is not ideal in a 1v3 against that buy.
Don't see this. Ooh, okay. Catches him through the pixel gap. I think that nade will kill. No, only does 25 damage, so Rundle will survive. And Jamer does have an opportunity to grab the bomb here. NAN presumably going to spam the smoke, and they will, but they can't find Jamer through the smoke. Surely they hear this rotation.
Yeah, Cat will hear it. He's going to beat Jamer to A as long as he's smart about the path he takes. Now, don't expose yourself to the bridge. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Wow,
okay.
That. But now does Rundle have a timing to cut him off here? 25 seconds.
This is weird. Rundle's not opting to peek here, so it will be the 2v1 post plant, because Jamer's going to have plenty of space to plant. So this is doable for Jamer.
Yeah. And again, no utility whatsoever on.
They need to not line up here. Oh, Blitzer dies or Rundle dies early. Blitzer has to get this. Oh, but Jamer with the Glock burst. Oh no, this is that's really bad. That is two choked rounds from NAN in a row. That is really bad.
Oh no.
Wow, what can you? That is what an unbelievable clutch. Because think about what had needed to transpire for him to get all of that space and bid and go A. He has to avoid 3 players spamming the smoke to grab that bomb and not get peeked on the killed on the initial peek into B main. So just like an absolute myriad of errors from NAN coming out to lose 2 pretty crucial clutch situations that could have gotten them into this game. So you have to wonder what the vibes are right now with how those rounds were played out.
And again, it's so hard to blame them for, especially that round, because Jamer made a really good play. But the round prior, you could just see, again, when I talked about those fundamentals, when I talked about that cohesion, it's just not as clean. Boosh is going to get a great flash in here. If it blinds Except, that guy, the Cubby's in trouble. Rundle goes down. Except trying to redeem himself, gets Boosh at least, but mollied out of the fountain and flashed again. Jamer gets in. And now in a 4v3 with multiple mollies and a smoke on cameras, NAN look to be in a familiar spot.
Yeah, except not as much advantage for NAN in this scenario. Obviously 3v4, not a lot for them to do with a smoke down camera. This is arguably a save, depending on if Cat can find the early pick in A main. Zinsanity with a very good angle, though. Doesn't have the pre-aim, but good adjustment to find the headshot on Cat. And surely you save if you're NAN here. This is not worth looking at.
Yeah, and I do wonder, because CSC teams are a bit allergic to calling timeouts, does NAN bother to call one on the CT side? I feel like you have to. Just even if you don't have like a crazy playbook, even if you don't have something nefarious cooked up in the kitchen or whatever, you have to blunt this ATL momentum right now because you're giving them so much space in canals to just set up for this take. Like all of the util comes in perfectly, and again, that was a really strong flash that punishes Rundle's over position, right? Aggressive in A main off of that 1-2 setup with Xip's opt. But if Xip's opt goes out blind, Rundle was caught with his pants down. And it's a rundown situation on the A bomb site before anything can even happen.
Yeah, and this is where you really sort of start to feel the difference in reps between these two teams,
Yeah.
right? Because that's two very well-layered executes on the A in a row. Like, just like, honestly, picture-perfect executes that get ATL a ton of space. And NAN really aren't going for the mid-round info plays to try to sniff out the execute at all. So,
well,
okay.
First one. But does Steve get punished for it? Yeah, immediately. There's still 3 players. There's a 3-player firing squad top mid to punish that trade, and now up 4v4.
Yep, and ATL, as they've been doing consistently, are just going to slow this round down again, wait for NAN to potentially make a mistake and create an advantage for themselves.
Look at how aware Boosh is, knowing that they've sold this A side of the map off an aggressive bridge peek, and Exit tries to keep going, and Boosh, someone stop him!
But that's a crazy flash from Zinsanity too, just completely catches the first player off. That's unbelievable.
Look at the discipline now on ATL. After getting 2 picks, they calm down, they regroup, knowing that the map is their oyster. Yeah. And they're gonna pivot back through mid after making noise on Cat and E-Box. No, that's not B. It's ending up going to A.
Bomb is leading here. Temple Smoke is gonna make this not so much of an issue. Hopefully, no, Blitzer unfortunately can't find anything on the smoke spam, and Chipbap with a crazy lurk timing out B main catches Cat off, and my goodness, this is a stomp so far. 4v1, Blitzer can't do anything. Has to stomach a very unfortunate save. Does find Chipbap on the lurk, but
and I mean, what light is there for NAN at this tunnel? Because the early round aggression on the bridge peak is nice, but then you immediately get counter sprayed back, right? And you finally try to do something. You take a little bit of A canal space. Nope, Boosh is right there to shut that down. The way that ATL is controlling the map on both sides of canals and then also B main, it's suffocating. Like NAN doesn't have anything in the tank, and we're only 8 rounds in.
Yeah, and it's not just that NAN really haven't come up with the responses to what ATL are doing. It's also that ATL are just playing some amazing Counter-Strike right now. Like, this is honestly some excellent team play, well-layered executes. People are in positions to trade each other. Like, this is not only excellent fundamentals, but everybody is there to, throw utility for one another. And really play as a team to not give NAN any outs.
Yeah, I think you see shades of why ATL went 8-2, and their only losses was J2 to an OS team that basically doesn't look the same, right?
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore, basically. Rest in peace, OS Elite.
And the #1 team in the tier in DRG. NAN need something, and let's start with Cad and E-Box. He's been getting bullied here, it feels like.
Yeah, and Jamers was posted up with the op, going to be holding A main here, but Cat opening up the smoke with a nade.
Yeah.
Except not opting to peek mid. Oh my goodness, just gets absolutely smacked on the spray down in house. Okay, Steve will trade, so some mid space denied here for ATL, and Jamer can't find the shot. Ooh, 1 HP too. That's really unfortunate.
But does Cat now expect AJ crept up close? I think he heard the water, but doesn't matter. AJ's better.
And Chip has a good lurk timing through B main here. ATL can just sort of group together and take this 3v3. Depends when Chipbap is going to decide to come out through main here.
Well, he's got his insanity in support, but Steve Kale puts a shutdown to that idea. Now 3v3, and I mean, Nance got the best defense that they could possibly hope for. It was
Oh my
insanity.
goodness! What is that? Just a
Lives up to his
miraculous shot, full
name.
blind. Okay, his Insanity in a 1v2 here. Has to get the bomb down. Can't find the initial plant.
Yeah.
Gonna opt to do the safe play here. Not going down default. Rundle and Blitzer just running around default here. This should be pretty easy for them to sniff out. But what is that spray from Insanity? Oh my goodness! That is an unbelievable transfer. How does he hit that?
Because
Oh
he's just
my
insanity. He's just insane.
goodness. It is insanity. What can you really say about that? That is an unbelievable spray from J-Pan there. Wow.
I think we should take some Zins, bro. I think that's what we should do.
Yeah, no, I gotta pop a little upper decky in honor of that unbelievable spray down.
In respect of Insanity, man.
Yeah, and ATL probably taking a timeout because everybody's hyped after that round
yeah.
because that's a crazy spray down.
That's and the presence of mind to stick the plant, right, knowing you have the smoke to cover, knowing it's going to fade soon, right, like you're on a timer, right, you need to do something before the CTs can come up with like a cohesive game plan to push you together. And I just, again, NAN can't catch a break, but don't discount ATL, right? Like they're playing literally picture perfect
Yeah,
CS.
this is some lights out Counter-Strike from ATL for sure. Just
No.
it doesn't even feel like and at some points NAN aren't even doing anything wrong. Like
No.
the full blind kill onto Steve and Temple. And look, Jamer opens up the round again. Like it's for okay, but NAN finds in response.
Yeah, and again, what looks to be a good situation. Can they close it, right? They've gotten so many of these, but they've never been able to close it. Jamer, a little bit exposed to E-Box here, but Steve waiting for reinforcements in the form of Exif coming around the long way.
Yeah, and the rotation from AJ is really long too. Gonna have to cross the mid. Won't find anybody, so NAN aren't gonna have that info. And it's 1 minute 15, so this is a very open mid round for ATL. Definitely ideas to work with.
And a lot of space given too. NAN hedged their bets on this B-bomb site, and I mean, can you blame them? They need a huge numbers advantage to what feels like to win fights.
Yeah. The trades have not gone very evenly in their favor so far.
Yeah, but okay, AJ back time. He's gonna bully Blitzer, flat-footed. Because if he catches the Blitzer with that back nation, and while now bomb exposed, being made, AJ comes out Temple looking for exit, knowing he's close on the small pillar, and doesn't find his Steve covers. AJ looking to do heroics, gets the first onto Steve, and now 1v1 versus exit. Exit needs to come up huge for even a first against AJ, and tagged badly, trading blows, 20 seconds. AJ, Glock!
Oh my goodness, again! Another lost advantage situation from NAN. And ATL are up 10-0. What is going on? This is... Oh, this is some... It's to an extent, you just got to throw your hands up and just say, like,
No.
we go next map, because this is...
But if you go to the next map, Ruba, if you go to the next map, we'll be done before 10 o'clock.
Look, if we're done before 10 o'clock, then, maybe we can get to another game after this. We'll see.
Oh, I was going to get 9 hours of sleep for once, but okay.
Well, I don't care about sleep. The CSC shit is serious, man.
You know what Insanity also doesn't care about? Dan's hopes.
True, they don't care about that. They're just content to take this stomp here and...
Well, and here comes an exploration attempt from Blitzer from the smoke. Does he even catch
timing? Oh my god, labored spray. Picks up the AK.
Does he get out with his life, though? I mean, Rundle follows up with the FAMAS, and now it's a 3v3, so hold on. I mean, we've seen this dance before. It's Insanity. Cleans that one up, but Cat cleans it on to AJ, and please not another 1v2 clutch.
Oh, no, don't do it. Don't let him do it. Please, man, I beg you.
Please, no. He's 7 HP, please,
just group together. Look, yeah, he's 7 HP, just one bullet. That's all it takes.
Yeah,
one bullet.
all it takes. Please.
But Blitzer is the low HP player, and J-Pan is...
And Blitzer's going to walk into this line of sight here, and there's only one place for J-Pan to be
No.
low.
Oh no!
It's a 1v4.
Please! No,
Please
don't
run-
do this. Oh, but
my-
okay. Could be a good timing from... Yeah,
He's
no,
smart.
knife out from J-Pan.
Oh,
My goodness. J-Pen was literally like
looking
not
at
even an inch adjustment on the monitor to
Oh, okay, fine. Nan's on the board. Nan's on the board. That's one. Okay, we've seen crazier, right? We saw it literally yesterday. 210 turned into 13-11. Okay, so it's not completely doomed, but it's not inspiring confidence either. Again, I keep bringing up this point, right, of Nan's team play versus ATL's when we came into the game, and you're just seeing when Nan gets an advantage, they're not leveraging it well at all.
yeah, the two players just on complete opposite ends of the map, and obviously they're playing a little bit to not reveal info in the 1v2, but
Yeah, but
sketchier
even
than it needs
before
to be, certainly.
Yeah, even before that, right? That was technically a 1v4 situation that Zinsanity got all the way down to a 1v2. It's like, how are we feeding two more
And look how
kills?
like ATL aren't scared of Nan like pushing for info at all. They're
No.
just content to like stack 5 players up water. None of them are even looking E-box right now for a player trying to get a timing. They're just gonna throw a full execute onto A again.
Nan does have 3 people here, so this if there's going to be a defense of the A-bomb side, it would have to be this one.
But Blitzer doesn't get any on it, and they're already getting bombed down. Like, look at this.
I mean, the execute's too good. Look at the amount of Molotovs. Exit basically has to play inside sewer. Forget heaven, and XTKL Spamos can't get it. And now the flood comes in, and Jamer and
Oh my goodness, a litany of trades.
and including a team kill.
Well, what can you say about that T half from ATL?
I think the only thing I can say about that T half is that I think Blitzer needs to learn to respect ATL Elite.
I would hope so. At least, you know, maybe not seasons prior, but this season you have to.
Well, I mean, this game's looking a little bit chalked. Do you want to see how our teams are doing? I don't want to talk about my Elite team.
Well, you know, are they playing right now, or are they out of playoffs?
Yeah, they're playing OS right now.
Okay.
They're playing OS right now, and they're on Anubis as well. They are down 11-6, and I don't want to talk about it.
Comeback season. That's what I'm feeling right now is comeback season.
The less I believe, the more likely they win. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
True.
It's
true.
you manifest bad things, right? Good things happen, and then when you think everything's hunky dory, bad things happen, right? That is the pessimist worldview. And Nan. Okay, so Nan's going around the world.
Yeah, NAN are doing like some drifter.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, some shenanigans here.
Oh,
They get a lot of mid space though.
and to Ebos space. And
Oh, this is crazy from NAN.
Oh, J-Pan,
Insanity.
relax. Uh-oh, AJ. Uh-oh, AJ. AJ? That's a big problem. It's a big problem for Nan.
Yeah, and Bomb's not gonna. Okay, Bomb will go down, and it is a 3v2. So and but Jamer gets another timing. Bomb finally goes down though. 2v2.
And both players in CT. I think Chipab had a kit, but it might not be retrievable with where he died. Tapped once, wide swing. Can't find any shots on the USP between AJ and Jamer.
And they're
Clock
probably going to
ticking.
know that they don't have a kit because they were
Yeah.
both holding the angle. So should be a
Yeah.
1 round from NAN here.
Yeah, and
We're just going to try to run this one down. Can't find it. All right. There are signs of life from NAN.
Yes.
All right.
all it took was to go around the world. So Nan just needs to keep running everywhere instead of playing tactical actual CS, and they'll be okay. 11-13.
Sure. Yeah, they'll come. Yeah, they'll definitely come back.
They just
for
need
sure.
to get,
Yeah,
they just need to get
no,
their
I
Fitbit or
definitely,
Apple
I'm definitely buying what you're selling right now. You cannot detect a hint of sarcasm in my voice when I say that I think NAN have it in them to complete
There's absolutely nothing.
comeback. Yeah.
Well, okay, a little bit of a spray there. I mean, ATL ended up forcing here, so if Nan ends up winning this, and they look like they're in a good spot so far. Chipap looking to re-explore in mid, not finding anyone, and well, he's going to go for a Stewie special.
Not pushing all the way through the smoke down. Now opts to push out. Knows that the mid players have likely gone T-Stair, and he's going to have a good timing here. So a lot riding on this peak. AJ dueling with Steve outside B main. Neither player kills each other. And Exif just smokes Boosh in A. So this should be pretty clean round from NAN here. But they do not catch Chipbap going through water.
Or is Insanity somehow. And, well, okay. And Chipbap takes out Rond.
And
Why
these
does this look
rotations are not quick from NAN either. Look at how far away
Okay.
Steve is right now. But except no drama in this one. Chipbap gets traded out. Another round on the board for NAN. The comeback is real.
That was
This is
the
a
weirdest,
Rubiot guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, that was the weirdest mid-round ever. It's like if you took 5 tokens for the CTs, like threw them onto the board at random, and then 5 tokens for the Ts, threw them onto the board at random. It's like, okay, what's going on? Like Blitzer lets Chipbap pass, and then Rundle pays the price for it, but it's okay because he's got a backstab, and then Exif is hiding inside the Heaven Smoke for some reason to prevent, I guess, a run-through. But all right, well, NAN will take it. NAN will take
NAN
it.
will take 4. NAN will take 4. I can at least say that with confidence.
Is 4 guaranteed?
Okay, well,
Okay.
3v2,
Yeah.
3v2, only 1 AK in play,
Yeah,
and they
okay,
do
four's
get the other
guaranteed.
pistol, so Insanity
yeah.
just gonna save this one. All right.
Okay.
We didn't
I-
jinx it. We're totally fine here.
Never underestimate the pistol's ability to make a guaranteed round win look like the most dodgy thing in the world. Like, how does Insanity's P250 just randomly get 2 headshots there as they're running through?
Yeah, and we've seen like multiple rounds these playoffs where it's like the pistols get off to a hot start and then all of a sudden the rifles stabilize and trade out.
I think, well, these anti-eco strats, right, always thrive on chaos. Like, you're trying to bring numbers into a situation where the Ts aren't expecting it, so that's why you see, like, a lot of people just run 5 people at mid or, like, 5 people at main or something, right, to try and just get the jump on someone. Okay, well, Steve goes for...
some more extracurriculars. Ooh, and the
I respect
spray, too.
I respect it.
Look, when
You know,
you're down as much as NAN are, you just have to do whatever you can to mentally get yourself back in the game. So I respect it.
I respect it. I mean, hopefully I don't have to say like Steve KL hits like a huge 4K to cut the lead down to 6 rounds at some point, you know.
Oh no, you can't do them like that. That's
Why not?
that's toxic.
Oh, excuse
that
me.
is.
So teabagging shooting bodies is not toxic, but I make a Chris Paul reference and now I'm toxic. Okay,
Look,
all right.
toxicity is for the server, not the casting booth. All right.
Okay. Well,
Chipbap does get smoked through the mid smoke, so NAN gonna take a lot of mid space here. Insanity in rotation, but wow, Rundle with a blinder on his Insanity too. So if NAN decided to go A here, they're gonna be going into an open bomb site, but instead they smoke off camera. And Steve dies outside B main, so you wonder what the adjustment from NAN is going to be in this round.
I think
They
the
should just
adjustment
be-
is that they'll just end up going A, but I think Blitzer is just farming some kills right now to make his stats look better, and fair play to that.
Boosh is going to try to get a timing, finds a dink through the wall on the cap, but not enough damage to complete the gunfight, and Jammer probably going to save this op here, you would hope.
Okay, I mean, don't call it a comeback.
Look, it's Anubis T side. All right, this is...
I know, like, sillier things have happened.
Yeah, if there was ever a side on any map to come back on, this would be the one.
Yeah, and I think ATL would do a lot better, right? I understand Chipbap is getting unlucky through that smoke spray, but don't even expose yourself on the following rounds, right? Just play really far back, because so far it doesn't feel like NAN has had to really do a full throttled execute, you know? It's always just kind of been like, oh, Rundle just somehow gets like 1 through the smoke, and that's a bad death for Jamer, to be honest
okay,
with you.
but also that's well played from NAN, because
Yes.
Rundle does a good job of drawing the crosshair,
Yeah.
allowing the other players to peek. So yeah,
No,
I mean,
that little micro moment is really smart. But I think ATL in the next gun round would do really well to play super passive, right? Again, force
sure.
NAN to prove that they can actually throw and execute at you, whereas, you know, right now it feels like the rounds they've gotten have just been, you know, kills through the smoke or like a little bit like over eagerness on the side of the CTs, and you know, just prove NAN can actually beat you at structured CS, because it didn't look like that on the T side, but again, it is T side Anubis, right?
yeah, structured CS there will not be on this round because ATL on yet another eco buy here. So and Steve gets off to a good start. They traded out by AJ.
Well,
Another
NAN still
A
need to
take here
respect
that's
the
wide
Deagles.
open. Yeah,
Yeah.
but a wide open A site here, and nobody's in rotation to deal with
Yeah.
it. So really, they just have to prevent rifles from being picked up here. Blitzer with a little bit of lucky spam through the smoke. Chip Bap is very low. Blitzer does need to get out of dodge to prevent giving up another AK, and will do so. So
Flashing off his
not
knife
too
in the
much drama
process.
so far. Yeah.
Do you have a knife?
Me? Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Yeah.
I do. I have phase 3 current
Whale.
Gamma Doppler. Whale, what is fucking? I can sell it anytime I want.
Whale.
Alright, well, Eco, again, not too much drama. NAN well handled. And up to 6 rounds, so hey.
No normal bedtime for me.
Cut the lead to 5.
Yeah. And I think, again, now that Steve's got an op and there's nothing on Jamer to respond to it, I think now is the time, especially to grow a backbone, get some discipline, right? Don't peek anything. If they smoke off angles, respect it, right? Again, force them to execute onto you, because if you keep giving NAN openings, they have a good understanding of the map. Let's get that straight, right? Especially on this T side.
Yeah.
You know, don't do anything silly now to give that advantage over. And AJ ponders his silliness meter. Oh, it's getting real high. Standoff. Won by NAN, but AJ gets out with his life. So the Cold War in E-Box will continue for the time being. Chip App trading utility in mid as Blitzer drops into canals off of that. And there's 2 players on this A bomb site, and it was, you know, a 2-1-2. So mid-weak, but not able to be capitalized on, and a lot of noise being made between canals and E-Box. But yeah, this is much more what I wanted to see from ATL, right? A couple of prospective shots here and there through the smoke or whatever, but nothing crazy so far, and the war for E-Box continues to rage on here. 3 players from ATL still set up on this B bomb site, as the majority of NAN seems to be heading that way. Jamer does get off the line, though, and Steve starts prospecting into A main as the rest of NAN starts to activate on this B bomb site. 40 seconds ticks down, and AJ here staring at E-Box, worried about an aggression play as it comes through. Doesn't spot coming through, but Chipbap does onto Boosh, and AJ cleans up Cat. 5v2, and there's no bomb with the last 2 1g's on A for some reason. Jamer more than happy to trade a flashbang or even his life for this round as he swings and peeks, confirms the presence of 1, but that is a very disconnected round from the 1g's, unfortunately, as clocks will tick down to 0, and Blitzer and Steve will unfortunately live to tell the tale, and NAN come out, or excuse me, ATL come out with a flawless round off of it. That's 12 now, 6 chances for the Hydras to lock up Anubis and get to nuke their map pick, a map that NAN Elite has not played this season. Op not in play once more for the Hydras. Steve picks up, or sorry, keeps his op from the previous round. And it looks to be another 2-1-2 opening out from the Hydras. Early smoke mid, a lot of presence in the canals, and a nade stack comes through. Blitzer escapes the worst of it. Steve probing with his op outside B main, while the majority of the 1g's head for A, and a lot of Molotovs invested on this A side of the map to discourage a NAN push-up, but Except still going to try his luck here. Shut down immediately by Jamer. Looking for a second now on to Exif, and Jamer will somehow manage to cross, excuse me, and
but Exif can't find the kills.
Yeah, puts Exif down in a strange opening there as Steve whiffs a shot onto B main, and that will probably do it. Blitzer holds off the hordes of downvotes, gets 2 onto AJ, but needs a borderline miracle to make this happen, and Boosh will have none of it. The Hydras, 13.
That is what can only be described as an unbelievably dominant showing from ATL. And the thing is, too, is that like the rounds that NAN got on their T side, they just felt like sort of like charity rounds, right?
Yeah.
Like ATL, you know, it was honestly like most of the rounds that NAN were winning were sort of on ecos, you know, not like. And the gun rounds that they did win were sort of off of some like good shots from Rundle to open up the round, and it never really the NAN didn't have an opportunity to really strut their stuff at all on their T side. So coming out of the map, the only conclusion that I can really come to is ATL looking like the clearly superior team right now,
Yeah.
for sure.
And I think, like you mentioned, right, like so many of those advantageous situations for NAN on their CT side, and it's like they just couldn't find a way to win them, And this again, J-Pan hits a nutty spray transfer, right? Like Jamer hits a nutty like couple of op shots, especially on that A bomb site. But even then, you feel like there were ways for NAN to win those rounds, right? Despite the heroics from ATL's squad, like those are rounds you expect NAN to be able to, build off of, right? If that half comes in 4-8, they win the pistol, get up to 6 or 7, it's an 8-8 game. The mentality also changes, you know?
Yeah, for sure. NAN definitely not feeling as much in the dumps as they would be feeling after an 11-1 first half. So maybe there's a little bit momentum, but I don't know. I feel like even if ATL had gotten less rounds on their T side and NAN had picked up those, let's call them what they are, chokes, right?
Yeah, really.
Um, I still think that ATL are going to end up with would have ended up with a pretty solid win because you could see the difference in terms of the level of discipline and the
Mhm.
playbook that ATL had. Um, it really felt like NAN on their T side were just sort of defaulting. They didn't really have a lot of set plays that they were going for, but ATL, I think 3 or 4 times on their T side just threw some picture perfect A executes. And the thing is that NAN never really gave them any responses where they felt like they had to dig deep into their playbook either. They could just sort of go back to the well of what was already working. So we might not have even seen everything that ATL was capable of on that map because NAN just really didn't put up any resistance to try to test their playbook at all.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about that very last round of the half when ATL sets up a full A execute and Nan reads the play well, right? Like they actually have 3 people on that A bomb site ready to respond. And because of the mollies, because of the smokes, they isolate the player back cake. Jamer takes him out, right? And Except is just getting like chain mollied in heaven to the point where he has to play inside sewer. So what turned into like a 3-man hold is really like a 1.5 person hold. There wasn't a flashbang out from Nan or like anything to really try and help the player back cake, and he makes a desperation peak and just again when you're down 10-1, right? Like your confidence is shot.
Yeah, for
You're not
sure.
going to win that fight more often than not, unfortunately, even if you have a good beat on like where they're coming out from. Um, and yeah, that's just rough, right? Because again, that's Nan's pick. We're going to a map they don't. It's not a map they don't play. They haven't played it, right?
Yeah.
Period. Um, and ATL, sure, there's 0 and 1 on it, right? But they also don't ban it, right? Like they've been willing to float it, they've been willing to ball on it, and if Nan comes in again with another shallow playbook, for whatever it is, right? This is trouble.
Yeah, and I think it really what map 2 is going to come down to whether or not NAN have any say in the series is really going to be if NAN can like pull out something special on nuke here. Like they need to have some sort of like prep like on the map where they need to have something special that they've been doing
Hmm.
outside of this series to make ATL sweat a little bit because if they don't have that playbook, ATL can just go back to their very solid fundamentals and just play as dictate the pace of the map however they want to.
Yeah, for sure. But let's see how it goes. Yeah, because again, stranger things have happened.
True.
And if a couple of those clutches start going to Nan's way, right? We start saying Steve's name, we start saying Exif's name, we start saying Rundle's name, right? Had a couple of opening picks on that T side, just again, too deep a hole to really dig themselves out of. But if you come into a more even game state, there's nothing saying that the script can't flip.
Yeah, and if you get into a situation where it's shooters v shooters, sure, it's like advantage ATL because, they have some great players on their teams, but the distance is not as large between these two teams all of a sudden because we saw moments where NAN, were hitting some good shots, admittedly. Like it's
Hmm.
not as if NAN mechanically aren't able to hang it all in this matchup. It really has just been tactics that they've been lagging behind on. So if they can get things down to a scenario where it's gunfight versus gunfight, if they manage to whittle the match down to that, they definitely have a shot in this. So let's not completely can't count NAN out.
Yeah, but Again, I still think it's mandatory that NAN plays around the world.
True, they have to
Notice
they go for the same pistol round that they did
notice that
last
on the
time.
pistol strat, when they got their cardio in, everyone started shooting hot. And then they
Yeah.
start playing slow. They start, sitting all over the place. That's not good.
Yeah. No, there definitely will have to be some crazy, chaotic Counter Strike that's played in order to get ATL a little bit off kilter. But I don't know, man. It's like the it's not as if ATL are thriving in the chaos, but it's just they've they're so much more experienced in terms of the number of reps that they have
Yeah.
that it's like it doesn't really
Here's
matter if there's chaos is the
yeah.
problem.
Here's always been my thought process when I was evaluating teams, right? If the util is good, if the team play looks really connected, right? Who cares if you're aiming poorly because you don't tend to miss your lineups like you miss shots, right? Sure, sometimes you forget a lineup, whatever, right? But typically speaking, the utility game will always be there if you're 0 and 16 or if you're 30 and 16, right?
True.
And when you start playing super split, or sorry, when you've been playing super split, right? You don't have a ton of reps. You don't have that utility game. You don't have that chemistry to rely on that's kind of always there. You need to elevate your game in a significant manner to like make up for that gap, right? Nan didn't show me that on the first map. And I don't think there's anything that like would change between those two between, Anubis to Nuke that would make me think like, oh, like something has changed, right? Like something has developed in Nan's favor.
Yeah, I don't know, and enough talk. Let's get right into things. Obviously, Map 2 hasn't started, but all players connected here, so presumably Map 2 will be starting pretty soon here.
Yeah.
The one advantage that NAN do have is they will be starting on CT side.
Yes.
Nuke, obviously, a notoriously CT-sided map.
Hmm.
Um, so look, if they can play within the margins of the pretty sizable advantage that they have based on the sides. Um, then there are routes into this one certainly.
Yes. And I think for me, what I want to watch for early on in this game is what is ATL's T-side default, right? There are a couple of schools of thought, so to speak, on it, but I think on a map as horizontally constrained, if you will, as Nuke, you always throw a set of outside smokes. You always blow open the squeaky door. Those are like the two non-negotiables in my mind, right? You need to create the threat of a lurk player outside. How do you do that? You throw outside smokes, and you need to create the threat of either a squeaky rush or an op on the lawn angle to pressure mini. How do you do that? You blow the door open, right? If ATL have those protocols down and they consistently shoot as well as they did to start the half like they did last time on Anubis, it's not going to be pretty, right? But if ATL gets sloppy, they don't do their homework, right? They start getting overconfident and start punishing, both through a combination of better team play, but also better individual performances. This CT side could run away for the 1g's as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, um, still not into this next map here.
Yeah, that's
Presumably
okay.
both teams taking a little bit of a break to reset after that one, despite it being a quick.
Yeah, I think they're legally allowed 5 minutes. Can you believe at the start of the season there was a ping or whatever from the admins like, did you know players have rights? And I was like, why the?
Mm,
I
yeah. No. Sorry.
was like, actually,
Yeah, no, actually, we don't believe in players' rights. We
yeah,
we can sign you and then cut you before you even play a game.
like enough
Sure,
talks.
admins, TMs, they might yell at us and they'll be like, "No, you can't do that." But what's stopping me from just not playing you at all?
Yeah,
I can
like
take you right
for
out of the
all of
game
the
whenever I want, man.
for all of the heartbreak, for all of the like stress, for all of the like just anguish that my team's put me through, enough about players' rights. We need to start
Let's
talking
talk
about
about players' wrongs
yeah,
for a second.
yeah.
Like,
Sprinting through
let's,
smoke without a flashbang support, that's a Ron. Okay.
yeah.
Not buying helmet and OT. Okay, I swear that's a Ron.
And recruit, not buying anything on pistol round either. No Kevlar, no nades.
Wow. That's a Ron.
A tail as old as time.
That's a
Even my
Ron.
AGM at one point did it. And
Wow.
we had to sit down and have a talk with
That must have been
Mr.
a
Dewey
very
Fan.
intense struggle session.
Yeah, I mean, look, we were telling him, hey, Dewey, if you keep doing this, we're gonna cut you from the recruit team, man. Sure, you
Wow.
might be an all-star level player. Sure, you might have like a 1.2 rating in this tier, but I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
that's not the
Not
type
even
of energy that we want to see in the server. So
yeah.
honestly,
Not even
like,
the Do crew is safe from a player Ron.
shout
Let
out
that
Do
be a
Crew,
lesson.
hashtag Do Crew. We all love
Yeah.
Dewey Fan here. Chat,
Yeah.
if you're Do Crew, say hashtag Do Crew.
Oh, I will be there right now to type.
Yeah, dude, and the two things. First of all, hashtag Do Crew. Second thing, Sav up. Everybody make sure to Sav up. Sav, notably, not playing today. They have rescheduled their game against UPS. We were originally going to cast that game,
Yeah.
but Clumsy is running from the grind, so he doesn't
What
want
else is
to
new?
have us cast his game. So
What else is new?
yeah, it's just like whatever. I know Clumsy doesn't really have that dog in him.
Well,
Like
what did you expect from a Packers fan?
Yeah, true. Honestly, Jordan, I hate, but as a fellow Packers fan, I like, that you have to have a certain baseline level of integrity. So, at least in that respect, Clumsy and I, we vibe. But
Okay.
when it comes to Counter-Strike and, balling out, I don't know if Clumsy has,
Well, Clumsy, we briefly mentioned yesterday that we were going to start looking into an analytical integrity committee, but like the first person we would investigate is Clumsy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like,
Well, I
say
mean,
whatever you want about Moose yesterday. I mean, Moose put up actually a pretty good performance with like a lot of clutches, especially with a couple of martyrdom kills. It felt like
Yeah.
with the HE. Clumsy will not escape our wrath.
Look,
There's no grease on
let's
that.
be perfectly honest, right? If you take out the eco frags that
Yeah.
Clumsy is getting and you give them to Akurio is like an MVP player, all
Yes.
right?
And don't forget, right? A lot of these opening kills not found by him. So
True.
like kills in like a 4v2 or a 4v1 after the bomb is down, it was just like, come on, man. It's like,
Yeah.
what are we doing here?
We don't have any numbers to back this up at all. We're just totally
no.
lambasting Clumsy for no reason. But what else are you really supposed to do when you're waiting for 15 minutes for map 2 to start?
I mean, well, we've got
all
the
right, I can respect that.
yeah. No, I was about to say we've got the little birdie in our ear, and I think we should tell the little birdie to do whatever the hell he wants. What do you think, Rubai?
True. I think Nexus should be allowed to
Did
be
I
given
tell
free
you?
reign over not just the stream. I think in CSC in general. I think if
Well, you
right
gotta
now
talk to.
right now if we decided to give sole proprietorship of CSC to Nexus, I don't think anybody would complain.
Well, Lamb might complain.
True, he is. Well, I don't know. There's Lamb has not exactly been active as owner of CSC, unfortunately.
Wow.
Because think about it, Lamb didn't stop Treat PhD from acquiring all of those web domains related
That's
to
true.
CSC.
That's true.
So Holy Lamb definitely not infallible.
Yeah. Well,
Let's see, what other topics can we cover to spin up arbitrary discussion?
I mean, we could talk
Um,
about the fact that I lied.
What do you mean you lied?
Well, I said if we went to a really long tech pause, I would stream my polls, but the banner doesn't reset for Acheron and Aventurine until tomorrow, so I can't stream it.
There's no shot we're using this
Okay,
interstitial
but
time to talk
no,
about your silly little gotcha games. All right,
no.
this
Okay,
is
but hang on.
this
So
we're
so let
we're
me get
we're
this
in
straight.
like baby shitterville right now
Okay, so let me
when
get
we're
this straight.
casting the greatest game ever made. All right,
Let me get this
let's
straight.
lock in.
When my teammates open cases, it's you're sweet, and then when I talk about getting JPEG pixels, it's hello human resources.
No, because you can sell the skins for real life money, so it's totally different. It's definitely not gambling; it's investment, is what it is.
Oh my god. What's
You
your
know how it
rate
is,
of return?
flirting versus harassment. The
What's the rate
classic.
of return on skins?
Probably like nothing. Probably like 0% because
I
nobody
think with
opens anything
CS2,
from cases that's other than like 3 cents.
I think when CS2 came out, it was actually pretty good to sell cases. There was like a huge spike in all of the prices for it because that's what I did to buy a bunch of Steam games I really wanted for a long time.
You just sold all of your what? Did you have like 15 breakout cases stored in
Yeah,
your
I had
inventory?
like a lot of cases because I don't open any of them.
That's
I like
crazy. If I could go back in time, what I would tell myself,
yeah.
like 13-year-old me, is like buy like 30 Deagle Cobalt disruptions, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden, like my student debt is gone. Like I could have in
Would you
one
have
fell
gone back?
swoop, I could have set myself up for like the rest of my life.
Dude, 13-year-old Rubai being told to just no life the breakout pass so that he can get
Yeah,
more cases
exactly.
on
Yeah,
it.
go like no life, shattered web, no life breakout.
Oh my
Get
god.
that bread. Get your get your gods and monsters drops. Get your shattered
Holy.
web drops, and get that bread. Those even the like lowest rarity skins in that collection, they go for like $20 now, man.
I don't even recognize the skin line Gods and Monsters. What was that?
Gods and monsters?
Yeah.
Some legendary? Are you crazy? There's
I
some
mean,
legendary skins
yeah.
in that collection.
I
Are you
mean, I'm
like
sure
the
there are, but like,
Medusa, the Icarus Fell,
oh,
the
that's where it's from? Oh my
Poseidon?
god. Okay,
Like,
I didn't
come
realize that's where
on.
this dude, I didn't realize that's where they're from.
Well, you
Dude,
wouldn't know
okay, let's
anything.
get this
You
straight.
wouldn't know anything about skins because you're a Valorant player, anyways. It's not,
Okay, hang on. Two things. One, yes, I'm not a skins player. Two, I've had Valorant uninstalled for over 4 months now. Okay, like I'm 4 months clean.
Mm.
Let's have
That's
some
what an
respect.
addict says before he relapses. Is I'm
No,
4 months
okay.
clean.
Hey, no, I'm not relapsing on a Riot game though.
I don't know. It's happened to
It's
many
happened to
people in the
weaker men.
past, and it
It's
can happen to you too. All right, you are not immune
I
to Riot's children's game.
you do realize that I replaced one addiction with another, right? Like that's how I'm keeping it at bay.
Well, the problem is that like one addiction is more insidious than the other because Valorant is like a time waster, but
Yes.
gotcha games are like a time waster and a complete money sink. So it's like
Speak for yourself.
you haven't really, you've traded, it's like trading weed for like cocaine.
Some people in the banking industry see that as a win.
Well, we're not in the banking industry here. What we're in
How
the
do you know
industry
that?
of is Counter-Strike.
Are you sure?
Well, I guess I wouldn't really call it an industry because I don't get paid to cast.
Wait, I'm
But
pretty
I
sure you're supposed to get paid. That's what the whole incident was about.
the incident
Yeah. Remember? We had
is
to
this.
unionize and everything.
Oh yeah, true. Well, okay. The problem is that we weren't unionizing for money. The reason why we were unionizing is because Chobits was stealing all of the Marlboro Reds from the break room,
Okay, but that's kind of
and
fair. I respect
the,
her for that.
no, I don't really see. The thing is, though, is that I need my Siggies. Like that's
They're
not
going to a
cool to
better.
just because she took the whole pack, and then what she did is she put it into like that stupid little 20 cigarette adapter that she has, and smoked the whole thing in like 2 puffs.
I
Right?
still think that's a valiant effort. I think that she should be commended for such an act.
Look, I have never been one to attack someone chuffing back a fat dart,
Uh-huh.
right? But that like to go to that level is excessive, right? Like think of all the work. Like Nexus needs those cigarettes, man. Like imagine you're working like you're basically working a 12-hour shift if you're Nexus, right? Get off of your regular work, log on to CSC, and all of a
Uh-huh.
sudden you got 22 GMs like breathing on your neck telling you to do their transactions. Like come on.
Oh, I just keep Pleasemore in the basement until he processes it all.
Isn't that against are you admitting to breaking the rules?
Yeah, don't we do that every day as GMs?
Um Well, speak for yourself. I'm not gonna intentionally incriminate myself at
Dude, you're
all.
scared.
I'm not scared. I'm just smart,
Yeah,
is
you
what
are
I
scared.
am.
No,
I have
you're
constitutional
not smart.
rights that
You
protect
literally
me.
just said that if you
No,
had
I have
got like
constitutional rights that protect me from
it's called
incriminating
okay,
myself.
it's called players' rights, not GM's rights. Okay, so like
Yeah. What if a
we're
G?
both
Yeah,
okay. Hey,
yeah.
now,
There
okay. So
are
Nexus has informed us that what if a GM is a player, but neither of us are playing?
okay, but like, what if I came back like big mode and carried FRG Challenger to success?
Is FRG Challenger in playoffs?
No, they're not in playoffs.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that.
Speaking of playoffs, what's happening with the Big Slime Elite game right now?
I
Is
don't
that
want to talk about it.
Ooh.
I don't want to talk
Yeah,
about it.
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm losing to like the rotting. We're like losing to like the decayed corpse of OS with like 4
Yeah, no, they don't
substitutes and like
even they don't
Trojan
have
horse.
how many are surely they're
It's
not
just
losing
Catalyst.
4v5.
No, it's not a
It's just
it's not a 4v5, but it's just
okay,
Catalyst who is able to play from like the last regular
yeah,
season
I
match
have never
championship.
seen like two of the players that are on OS's roster, I don't think have ever played a CSC official before.
No, I'm pretty sure they were like I'm pretty sure they were both like PFA converts, and it was like literally like after the play-in game, and it was like, just figure it out, man. Like, take it or leave it, you know.
Yeah, and like they OS lost some gamers too.
Oh, 100,
'cause,
dude.
like they lost
Thomas,
Nike
dude, they
and
lost Nike. They lost
Tumis.
Tom.
Yeah,
Yeah, they lost Thomas, and then who was the last person they lost?
I think it was Bad Hand, right?
Yeah, no, Bad Hand was a good shout, but that's not who I was thinking of. Who else did they lose?
No, they lost. It was Bad Hand. It was Thomas, and it was
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nike
I
that
keep
they
mixing up
lost.
with Scalpy. I thought Scalpy got cut, but no, Scalpy was cut earlier on in the season.
Yeah,
because of
Scalpy got
avail-
cut earlier, but for the same reasons, because I think Scalpy had some like ESEA
I mean,
stuff.
that's crazy, man.
I know, to
That's-
lose 4 players, like
to ESEA of all things, like, oh man.
honestly, it deserved, because fuck Spence. You know, I've never had a
Yeah.
conversation with Spence ever in my life, but like you know, those OS guys, they're shady, they're shifty.
Well, I think Mason just drags the whole franchise down by so much that
Yeah,
like, the rest
true.
of them, even
Making
if they're
me
chill.
so for context, the reason why there was like a good 2-minute period where I wasn't casting the game is because I had to give that Mason guy connect codes for all the prospect games.
I told you just not to give it to him.
I look, you know, if I hadn't agreed prior, I might have done it. I might have just said, "Sorry, buddy, like no connect codes for you," but I'm a man of my word. But oh my goodness, we can finally stop yapping about inane bullshit because everybody in the lobby has readied up and we can get into the pistol round.
No way.
Unbelievable sights happening in CSC. We'll be getting into map 2.
Well,
Okay, never mind. No, we
no,
won't,
no.
because
No,
NAN will
no.
be starting with a timeout. Because why wouldn't they?
I mean, it's not like they used them from last match.
No, because what it is Blitzer is tuned into the stream and heard me complaining, and decided, "Fuck you, we're gonna take a
Okay.
timeout."
Didn't we just say yesterday not to watch the stream if you're on it?
Look,
Do we need to like? Okay, dude. Like,
James Coda is not in this lobby, so look. All right, we'll be getting into the pistol round now. Finally, timeout is over. NAN need to get off to a good start on their CT side, because if not, this is going to be what could only be considered a veritable stomp on the part of ATL. So let's see what they have in store for us. Looking like it's going to be a quick top site take. There is a nade for Squeaky Door, but instead ATL are opting to go ramp here. NAN do have 2 players posted up, but oh my goodness, ATL just completely punched through. Blitzer will find a trade, so it is a 3v2, but ATL have all the space in the world to take this bottom site. Rotations are quick from NAN, so they could potentially get an early pick, but bomb will go down. Jamer dueling with Blitzer at the top site. Yeah, Blitzer gets knocked out by AJ, and all of a sudden, yeah, this is just nothing to do for NAN here. They just get walloped in ramp, and that round happens so quickly.
the ramp fight was like a car crash. I mean, like, you blink and there's just 5 bodies all over the floor. Like, what
Yeah,
happened?
exactly. Like if this were the round, if this were last round, then there would be blood spattered all over the
I mean,
floor
good
and the
lord.
signs. Like, this is a
Well,
slaughter.
That's not a good start for NAN. I know that's like the most obvious thing to say, right? Like, they need to win more rounds.
Really?
Yeah,
it
I know,
was
it's
bad
crazy.
that they lost the round.
Yeah, but I think the method at which they lost it was also not pretty, right? Because
is-
again, another situation, right, where you Blitzer, control yourself, trying to chase down Boosh here, can't do it, and AJ
Yeah,
actually
but this
gets
is gonna
pushed.
work out for NAN though, because they'll get the early pick.
Yeah. Here
Blitzer
comes
with a shit
ATL
from the ground.
mini. Wow, what an
Oh,
adjustment by
Jamer! What an adjustment! Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Slow it down. Take a breath. Does ATL has the bomb, mind you, so they're still in a good spot as NAN have flipped the map. Are we sure they're the CTs?
Well, you know, they will have to make it onto a bomb site eventually, because it looks like ATL, you know, are gonna get either A or B for free. It looks like they will opt to go B. Good read of the map right now, because all of NAN are still hanging out in lobby right now. Vent is open, so it's not like the rotations are completely screwed for NAN, but ooh, this timing from the Heaven Peak could get crazy. And Jamer is making noise, but NAN aren't butting on it at all. They know that this is a bottom site take, so they're going to get in rotation. Not completely undoable, and Blitzer might be able to catch a player early, but instead takes a ton of damage through that single door, so not really getting what he was looking for at all.
Yeah, if he stops the plant, though, that's huge, right? NAN can swarm the rest of the bomb site and try and cut off the rest of the rotates, but now Cat is on his Khalil to make some magic happen. Almost gets Boosh, and Jamer and Boosh are bleeding out here, and Jamer goes down to Cat.
Blitzer should get Boosh here. Boosh is really low HP. Spamming the smoke, can't find him. Oh my goodness, how's Boosh not dead? Blitzer knifes Boosh, and it's a 1v1, but Chipbap has the AK and collects the round. Ugh, okay, so, you know, NAN, honestly, not even a terrible round, because that's a force. No. Blitzer gets the knife, so a little bit of psychic damage inflicted.
Yeah, but
ATL end up with the round.
You need a little bit more than psychic damage. You need round wins. And yeah, I mean, I like what Blitzer was trying to do there to try and stop the bomb plant. Probably got a call that someone was low and just gambled on the player through the smoke or the plant or one of the two being low, but just couldn't quite find it. And unfortunately, NAN now in an awkward situation after having lost the force, now on an eco, probably looking at a 3-0 scoreline. And again, T-side nuke giving up 3, right? Like not good.
And we will be taking a little bit of a momentary pause here because it looks like AJ has disconnected from the server. Hopefully we can get him back soon so that we can get back to Counter-Strike. And of course, you know, I think what Blitzer probably did is, you know, again, he was watching the stream, so he decided to send an EMP to AJ's house.
All right, that's understandable.
So AJ probably won't even be returning today, honestly. Like, I think ATL will probably play like a 4v5 after 20 minutes of futility trying to get him back into the server.
Is it sad to think that I still favor ATL in a 4v5?
Yeah, a little bit, I would say. That's a
but like,
pretty...
do you favor them in a 4v5?
No, not at all. I think that like this. Look, it's not recruit, right? Like this strange things happen in CSC, but winning a 4v5 is definitely would be one for the history books for sure. If ATL completed almost a full game in a 4v5 and managed to come out with the victory. No.
Well, you want to do an elite check across the board?
Well, it looks like chat is saying that AJ has blue screened.
Oh, so the EMP did actually happen.
Yeah, the EMP did hit. So...
Does Frog... Okay, so yesterday we talked about AVI's nuclear deterrence budget.
Oh, yes.
Does FRG have an electronic countermeasures budget?
No, so we kind of spend our money on like more spurious things. This is actually a great discussion to have. This is very apropos to what I was saying, but
yeah,
we were trying. So Dewey was talking about how I was trying to buy out stats committee so that FRG recruit could narrowly get into the final playoff seed in that tier. But we didn't have it in the budget because Kevin, my lovely other AGM, decided to spend like $3 million worth of our discretionary budget on like loot boxes for Black Ops 6.
Okay. Double XP weekend?
Yeah, well, yeah, he definitely wanted to get that double XP, but it was really bad because at this point we're probably going to be in like a pretty awful debt to GDP ratio. So, like, if you see a notice that gets put up saying that FRG is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, you'll know why.
Okay.
And Dewey, my other AGM, hashtag Ducrew, shout out Ducrew. It has not been making my life easy because he... on the company credit card decided to order like 50 like things of like wine coolers.
Okay.
And I had to like pay out of pocket to cover that because otherwise we would have to pull from the retirement funds.
Okay, but Philippe's pension is not that important.
No, I mean Philippe's not even getting pension anymore. He, he can, he's not getting a red cent from me. But we have a lot of unks on our recruit team.
Oh no.
Like Doxic is like 40-something years old or something like that. So obviously we need to have a pension for him.
If you sell,
so like I had to pay so that Doxic didn't get money taken out of his pension.
I was gonna say, if you file for Chapter 11, you sell off assets. Can I buy your recruit team?
No.
Why?
No,
You're
no, you
literally
can't.
filing for bankruptcy.
No, because we're actually giving our recruit team to H4K is the funny thing, because they already gave me an offer for it.
I'll double
So
it.
it was really like you were a bit slow on the draw, because
No,
we
I'll
actually
I'll
we had
double
to preemptively sell the team, because if I didn't, then we would have to pawning off we would have to pawn off even more assets.
I'll give you
Um,
Aiden for the recruit team.
but the problem is that we wouldn't be able to play Aiden, which would be like the primary benefit of having him, among other things.
That's not the primary benefit of him.
Okay, what is the primary benefit of having Aiden as your AGM slash
I
player?
think I get a 3-match day if I say it in stream.
Okay. But, like, are you having some like sick cyber sex with? Oh, sorry, e-sex
It
with
rhymes
Aiden?
with meat. Okay.
I don't know what you're getting at. I don't.
Well, it
I'm
rhymes
not
with
picking up what
the
you're
first
putting
word
down.
rhymes with meat, and then the second word rhymes with tick.
Okay. Getting
So
back to the game, where we've been informed that AJ has a PC running Windows Vista. Not actually true, I'm sure, but a funny thought.
no way. There's no way that he's running. Please tell me that's not true. Please tell me it's
Starly,
just
see,
like Windows.
Blitzer he is watching the stream.
He's
He
watching,
is
dude, I
watching
told
this
you.
stream.
Dude, I've
He
told you
is
he's
watching the stream.
Dude, I
For
told
reference,
you.
okay,
I'm rent
chat,
free.
you can't see this, but we're looking at the chat right now for this game, and Blitzer has said Starly more like Smelly, which I agree with, by the way. This is a full
That's
endorsement
not
of what
true.
Blitzer said, but it's confirmed. Blitzer is watching the stream. This is a James Cota moment. We will be on his ass after this game, and he's done
Dude,
for.
I'm
It's
hurt. Bruce is
over.
Bruce is talking shit about my family. Like, I'm hurt.
I mean, owns personally. Like, let's be
What?
honest. Even if you roll good IVs on another Starly, who cares? It's like Star Raptor isn't even that good. Is the thing.
Okay. Relax. Okay. Like, there's not a better choice scarf Reckless Caesar.
I don't. Well, the thing is that I don't know anything about competitive Pokemon, so I don't even know what
I
that
actually don't
item
know either.
is.
Oh, you want to know something fun?
Yeah. Tell me
APW
about it.
Prospect has 13-0 to AG Prospect.
Oh my goodness gracious, that is wow.
Banger.
That's
Dude,
hey W.
what is
Shout
this?
out. Is
What
that
is
a
this in the
forfeit win?
No, that's not a forfeit win. That was played out. No, they started at 10 Eastern.
That's crazy. Wow. Okay.
Speaking of this, I just saw this in the chat. Starly be like Pidgey if Pidgey was a homeless drug addict. Wow.
Okay. True.
Wow.
Some W. Can we get a chat? Can we get a W for that? For I
Dude,
don't
can
know
we?
who Sticky Toe is, but that's
Dude, don't reward that.
I'm gonna encourage that behavior, because honestly, Starly doesn't get hated on enough in this league.
What?
Yeah.
What?
This guy thinks he's hot shit. He writes a couple of articles
Dude,
for
back
Elite
in my
one
day,
season, and everybody's like,
I
"Oh,
was
he's the
hot
goat."
shit. I was
Yeah,
hot shit
and
back in my day.
okay, and you were, and now you're washed. Is the
I'm
thing.
incredibly washed. I'm
AGMing for
terrible.
Big Slime? Are you crazy?
Whoa, that's not the fact that I'm AGMing for
With
big slime that makes me
Kono
washed.
Toki?
Dude, watch your mouth about Kono Pookie. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. You watch
Okay, but
your
high key,
damn
nothing but
mouth.
love for Kono. We love Kono here. Shout out Kono.
Dude, shout out Kono, shout out the Buck Menaces, #1 in the power rankings that I will not question the validity of.
Yeah, I have no horse in the Challenger race anymore. So honestly, Big Slime on top in Challenger.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, Big Slime. Go get
Yes,
it. Go
sir.
get that trophy.
Well, I've gotten another DM from Odessa that apparently Wet Recruit has beat AP Recruit. Or not AP, GRN Recruit. Rest in
GRN
piss.
recruit. Were they not down a player? Did they manage to find their fifth?
Yeah, apparently they did.
Okay.
Oh, shout out my boy Odessa 05 on First Kill, First Death. That will be a conversation I get to have with him later. I'll bracelet on into it too. No, I won't. I will not bracelet on into it.
AJ's okay. We're finding out now that AJ's computer is apparently held down by wooden planks. It's apparently made. Dust tape or duct tape and copper bands is
Wow.
what Bush has said.
And
regarding
become a
the
Dasher
structure.
today. Dasher.doordash.com/en-us.
How do you know the
Because ChipDev just
exact
copy
link?
pasted it.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh
Oh,
yeah, look
okay.
at that.
Oh, it's a bind?
Ooh,
But like if it's a bind,
toxic.
like I can still read it. Well, Yeah, wait, Nexus, turn your microphone on because this.
Yeah,
this
let's
is
get
miserable.
Nexus in the.
Yeah, get Nexus.
Nexus.
Hello, boys.
We need Nexus's insight.
Oh.
Hi,
Hello?
Nexus. How are you doing?
I am. Dude, I was eating some food before they started playing again, only to then have a tech pause. So
Yeah,
Is,
what
ain't,
is
that-
it?
my
ain't that
food,
just the truth?
my food is just sitting next to me, getting cold.
What are you
very
eating
cold.
today?
It is rice with a. I don't know what to call this in English.
Okay, what is it? Like, just do your best to describe
It's
it.
a little
Just
bit.
And,
give me whatever
like,
the
what culture is
equivalent
it?
is. Yeah.
Like, what's
I
what-
want to
what-
say it's similar to Fuck, I don't even know how to say it in Spanish.
Is it the picture
Yeah,
that you
it's
sent
a
me?
picture. It's little chunks of meat with potatoes, green peas. I fucking hate green peas. Wait, they're back.
I mean, it's
They're back.
like a stew. It's like
AJ
is back. We're back.
We have never
I
been
take a
more
bite of my
back.
food.
Oh my
Dude,
goodness gracious!
Nexus,
what a
stay
jinx.
eating. Stay eating.
Yeah,
Kid.
keep
Stay
eating so that AJ doesn't disconnect again.
If I eat any more, I'll try doing ASMR on accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're a variety stream here. We don't just do Counter-Strike. We do everything under the sun.
Dude, we should do a mukbang next time we have a tech pause.
Oh, I see two O's.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's
brother.
are we you didn't stop eating, right, Nexus?
Nexus stopped eating. Dude, he has the ability to talk. It's just.
I'm
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just start chowing down on that shit, Nexus, and things will go back to normal. Does
yes,
look
sir.
they so NAN have unpaused.
Oh, the clock's ticking down. The clock's ticking down.
Okay, we might have a round of Counter-Strike here.
That's okay. Nexus, I believe in you. Okay, bye, Nexus. Oh wait, finally, back in game.
It does look like okay, Cat is not AFK. NAN do have all 5 players in the server, and ATL opting for a very fast outside take, aware that all NAN are equipped with is pistols. NAN get the lobby control in response, but it doesn't matter because ATL really have all the space that they want.
Well, and here comes Secret Agent Blitzer on the Around the World Secret Mission. Oh, okay, and shut down by
Okay,
Japan. Someone called the CIA. We need another agent at the top of Marshmallow.
Oh my goodness. And okay, but NAN do have a player parked in dark. I don't think this is going to be a 1 round from NAN, but potentially some damage inflicted with this 5-7. And
yeah,
Steve's doing a good job of okay, Cat does get 1, but immediately traded out. And Runnel gets another. Oh, okay, this gets interesting because Runnel gets the second one with the Galil. Jamar needs to clean up, but can't get 2. Gets traded out. Chip App all of a sudden in a 1v2.
It's not planned for
And
him.
they know. Oh, but it's a 10-second stick. Chip has to get the spray down here. Oh, can't find it. Has no bullets. Is X-Tip gonna get it? He will on a 10-second stick. What is that round? Oh, we are back. We are so back. And
What's
AJ's gone
happening?
again. No.
What's he going again? No, please. The knife
It's
made him
over.
disconnect.
It's
the
so
knife made him
over.
disconnect.
Oh,
No. Nexus, get back in.
goodness.
Nexus, get back in
Ne-
right
yeah,
now.
Nexus, please
Right
unmute
now.
yourself and start eating again so that
I
we
have
can
my
get
food- I have
AJ
my
back
food
in
at
the
ready.
lobby.
It's still in the pot, by
Okay,
the way.
good.
It's still in the pot. I'm gonna get more meat.
Dude,
Hold on.
that's the best way to eat. Okay, when I was a college student and I was the laziest bum ever, I would just make everything in the pan and then just eat it like a fat ass that way. Okay, there should be no shame about eating out of the pot. Period.
Okay, and look, it is the good luck charm because AJ is back in the server. So
Yes.
fuck?
Yes.
this
Yes.
is
Thank you,
I'm
Nexus.
hungry.
shout out to
Dude, just
Nexus.
eat. You just keep eating. If you keep eating during the match, he won't DC. Oh my god.
All right,
This saga
we're
needs
on
to,
to round 4
4.
here.
which feels like a
little
eternity.
bit of a yeah, I know, right? Might as well have been. Oh, and AJ dealing with some early ramp aggression will get shut down immediately. Jamer with a huge double spray down to get a ton of space for NAN. Blitzer with a good lobby timing gets 2. That's huge. And Brundle will find Jamer in trophy room. So it's all up to J-Pain here to try to find 3. 2 low HP players for NAN. Has to find a late timing in lobby here, but NAN in fairly good positions to deal with this. Bomb is in no man's land, so J-Pan is going to have to clear a whole lot. We'll hear the info from Blitzer spamming from Squeaky Door. We'll see if he gets cleared.
Yeah, and NAN Steve is in position to trade Blitzer, and well, that information should be
That's
enough.
huge information.
Wow.
Oh, and the nade pull is brutal. Blitzer does get killed by that, but you're going to be a little bit tilted if you're J-Pan there. I won't lie. That kind of sucks.
No, pulling a nade out was not good. And NAN showing some very good signs of life so far. Yeah, now with 2 rounds in the half and 8. Okay.
AJ's
How are we going to
again.
cut back to the stream? AJ gone again.
AJ's gone again.
Dude, this guy needs to get on Windows 10 ASAP.
This is actually like where we are getting into like forfeit territory.
Yeah,
here.
unironically, yeah. Like this is
Like
this is a bit of a
like
problem.
NAN, if they want to, like they can just
Start forcing a 4v5, and
yeah,
honestly,
they actually
like,
can just force the 4v5. Like this.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is starting to get a little excessive here for sure. I will credit NAN. You know, I think the 15-minute timer has probably gone off by now. AJ back in the server. I don't know what's happening, if there's like some glitch with his game that's
Well, I
making
think playing
him
on
disconnect.
Windows Vista probably isn't helping.
Yeah, playing on Windows
I
95.
don't care I don't care if he's actually like not playing on Windows, but he actually has like an actual system. No, I could hear like I'm just imagining every time he joins back into the server, like the dial-up sound starts going off.
Yeah, he's still running a dial-up modem.
Yeah, like that is my headcanon for it now, because it surely, like, I understand CS2 is not well
Every time I
optimized.
bite into the potato, does the timer start?
I mean,
AJ's back in the server, right on cue. Nexus.
if there's one team that has like a medieval pocket watch that like Blitzer clicks to like stop and go, it's gonna be NAN. But let's see if they've
Blitzer
been
presses
keeping
a
track.
button and all of a sudden AJ's computer short circuits.
I was thinking more of like the traditional like medieval villain of like that really ornate like pocket watch flipping animation, and then he like clicks it, you know, and then like something happens, and
All right, well, it's another eco here. NAN presumably going to go up to 3.
yes.
Not really much to talk about here. Yeah, 1v5. Jammer with the deagle. Hukar,
Well,
not me.
You say that, but NAN is really, really enamored with this inside crunch. So
I will
Blizzard's
say, yeah, they
conquered-
have been going
yeah.
for the. I agree, they have been going for this lobby crunch a lot. Actually,
Yeah.
it's been working out well for them because, you know, it's not necessarily in game plan, but ATL just haven't had the weapons to deal with it at all. They're just getting outgunned. Okay. I don't know how he's able to live for like that full 2-second interval, but we're not going to talk about that because NAN gets to keep 5 alive, and that's what matters.
He just found a nice timing. But yeah, I mean, they're abusing the fact that ATL's blowing the door open and not actually putting someone to watch, you know, the door to make sure nobody comes through it from NAN. And Blizzard's just sprinted into Squeaky multiple rounds and found several backstabs into Trophy. And when Chip Epps wanted to trade that kill 2 rounds prior, couldn't get the aim down onto Blitzer. So if if ATL continue to sit in this default blowing the door open, they need to dedicate someone there to make sure Blitzer stops sneaking through.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going to go for it again because, look, 2 players crunching Trophy right now.
Yeah. And it's just super aggressive. Exift making a lot of noise, but Boosh shuts down Blitzer at the squeaky door. Good adaptation there, and I mean, Trophy is a bit of a party right now. Cat goes down, Exift down, and well, the lobby crunch failed as just as well as it succeeded.
Well, it had to happen eventually.
Yeah,
2, 3.
we saw nothing.
That was.
We saw nothing.
Yeah, Jamer, we didn't see that.
Yeah. And well, Rundle did spot AJ.
This round gets weird now because this is a 2v3, and NAN are aware that there are 3 players around because Rundle can hear that information.
Yeah.
Gonna drop down Vent and, yeah, planting Astralis for ATL here. Rundle can't find the spam and actually gets punished by Boosh. Wow. That's
Really well
unfortunate.
played.
Yeah, well done by ATL to handle that. And yeah, now Steve really can't do anything in the 1v3, unfortunately.
Dude, J-Pan's aim looks ridiculous. Like, it was kind of a foregone conclusion with how numbers has been this season that J-Pan is probably getting Premier gulagged, but just the way he's been able to play and his mechanics in this series have impressed me so much. I think he's earned himself an unfortunate tour of duty with the purple name.
And yeah, with the you know,
Well,
I hate to say it. Look who's gone again. Could you guess who could possibly be gone?
maybe this time.
Guess?
Maybe this time Jamer DC.
Yeah, no, Jamer. Yeah, I think Jamer was probably the one that disconnected, to be honest.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, no. Maybe J-Pan was, yeah. And look at that. Right back in the server. Like nothing ever happened.
You think this is karma for me telling Nan that I was going to be able to go to sleep at 10?
I think so. I think you sort of opened yourself up to an unreasonably late bedtime by saying that. So
Yeah,
you
well,
you brought this on yourself.
I accept responsibility. Speaking
But
of
AJ,
responsibility, my elite team somehow won despite being down 7-3. So
okay, well,
go Gloop Troop. Now they're on Mirage, so they played Inferno, they played Anubis, and they played Mirage. So regardless of win or lose, there will be a talking to about the map choice picks on
oh
that
for
one.
sure, yeah.
But let's see. ATL, much more passive default, thanks to NAN. The door's not open this time, and Exif sprints down into, wow, Blitzer took a gift from something. But Exif gets himself down secret, and looking for some kind of contact outside. Nothing to report, as most of ATL's cooped up in lobbies so far. Outside smoke
Yeah.
starting to come now, and Exif lurking, biding his time now as Jamer and his insanity creep ever closer to his crosshair. Cat starting to feel the pressure now on ramp as well and gets the better of AJ, but Boosh takes down Cat in a nice trade. Exif still looking for an opportunity and lets Insanity slip into
Yeah, is he gonna spot the player crossing mini?
Wow.
But traded out by Rundle, and Exif will peek on a late timing to catch out Jamer here. So 2v3 advantage for NAN. And ChipApp's just going to hold Squeaky, trying to catch Exif on a timing. Exif is going to peek. Does he have the pre-aim, though? Actually, no. Exif will decide not to peek. Instead, just opts to stay in mini and wait for ATL to make some sort of a move here. And it's the right idea because you have two A-side anchors that are just holding their positions and can trade each other out.
Yeah, it's a front office clutch on the books for ATL if they want to make this happen. Boosh exiting cut now, looking for a play. Can't find it onto Steve. ChipApp gets one, trying to spray Exif through the smoke. Can't. 15 seconds now, and time working against him. Gets a nice headshot there onto Rundle and fires a warning shot to Exif. Taps the bomb, not getting anyone for now. 8 seconds, needs to commit to the plan, and Exit has a smoke to play with and an AK. ChipApp looking for his presence, spots him right side mini, can't land the shot now as Exif gets up to Tetris. Decides to elect the smoke, doesn't throw it, and Exif gets on top of Tetris and still wins that fight. What a clutch.
Yeah, that is an important round to win because...
That's a huge pivot round to win. Look at NAN's economy. Only one person was above 1K there, so if they lose that round, they were down the toilet.
Oh, for sure. They're totally reset. And ATL, mind you, not on a particularly good buy here either. They have 3 players that are below 4K. And could you... Oh, I'm not even going to... I can't even, come up with another joke or, another funny thing to say about AJ disconnecting. It's just happened again. ATL... It's probably just going to be, a running theme for this map. AJ disconnects at the start of every round. And, honestly... At the start of this map, it might not be a 4v5 because ATL will be able to use their timeouts to, allow some time for AJ to get back in the game. But if this continues to happen throughout the rest of this map, it may very well be ATL having to play a 4v5, which is brutal.
Yeah. And I mean, at this rate, the constant interruptions do not do well for one's mental either.
True. Not
on both sides, really. But I mean,
yeah,
I feel like on ATL it's worse.
Yeah, for sure. And not only that, but NAN are also showing a remarkably better brand of Counter-Strike this time around, up 4-3. Obviously not a stellar CT side, but it's a welcome departure from their just absolute shambolic outing on Anubis. So
yeah, it really does make you think why they ended up picking it, but we'll deal with that after the results of Nuke. 5v4 for the Hydras. And it's going to be outside pressure again with the glaive smoke cutting off the rotate. Jamer looking for Steve back in garage. Can't quite find him for now as Blitzer tries to help from mini. And, well, that's a peppering of shots towards Steve's direction, and he gets out relatively scot-free.
I don't think Okay, Blitzer does give up his position by throwing that smoke, but ChipApp I don't think hurt him dropping down vent.
No, but this is nice, yeah, from ATL because you force Blitzer down, you force some attention towards that side of the map, and now Exif has burrowed his way into Squeaky somehow. So any sort of positional advantage that ChipApp would have enjoyed is gone, but Apan finds an opening onto Steve, traded out immediately by Rundle, and Exif ambushes Boosh, 4v2, and Jamer's outside and ChipApp is, well, down B site.
Yeah, and they're aware. They should be aware of both the players' positions here because Exif is going to hear the second player lobby.
Well,
Blitzer doesn't know exactly where ChipApp is. It's definitely a weird timing, but ChipApp doesn't go all the way up the vent very disconnected here from ATL.
Yeah, this is 30 seconds left in. Jamer's dead man walking, and
Yep.
yeah. I mean, this is a problem when you start playing 5v4, right? Like, you just don't have enough players to physically control the map.
Nope. And Chipbap really not gonna be able
Right.
to do anything. Like,
No,
has to
should-
go up vents, just awful peek. Actually, we'll save the AK here, which honestly is like fine, but it's gonna be another very disjointed buy from ATL in the next one.
Yeah.
So
And I mean-
this is getting brutal here. Like this is, I don't want to say that like I'm not fully believing that NAN can win the next two maps, but like it will
I mean, out
depend
of
on whether or not
5v4?
AJ like well, it depends on whether or not AJ can consistently play rounds or not.
Yes.
Right.
Which is a crazy thing to
Obviously.
be banking like the game off of, but that is what it's come down
Yeah,
to, right? Like that.
this is the two series that we've casted really have been chaotic, both for very
Yeah,
different
but
sets of
I
reasons.
don't mind a shit show in server, but you don't want to watch a 5v4.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure. Nothing
Like, it's
particularly
one thing if
exciting.
people just hold W and it looks like you're just playing like Unreal Tournament, right? And well, Steve's about to get his eco. That's not really an eco. That doesn't count. But it's one thing, like I said, to just watch a W fest. It's another to kind of just bleed out slowly in a 5v4. Like, that's never fun to watch, and it's just awkward to talk about as well. Cat trying to look for an opening too, and yeah, well, shuts down the
Nice.
outside threat nice and clean. And the threat of this eco without Chipbap's AK is practically zero. NAN,
And Nan are really starting to build into this half too, because
yeah,
like 6-3, and the rounds that they've been putting up have been looking very good too. NAN have been doing an excellent job of trading out. Like ATL really haven't been able to apply a whole ton of pressure in these rounds because whenever a NAN player dies, there's another player in response to, you know, get rid of whatever advantage is created. So much better Counter-Strike from NAN on map 2 here. And if they can, you know, close this half out 9-3, the world is really their oyster when it comes to this series. Looks like it's going to be a fast topside take here from ATL. 3 players going to go up putt. Is Rundle going to be prepared for this? No, they get 2 entries on the A side, and all of a sudden round over, basically. NAN have no say in this whatsoever. And they might lose all of the guns here.
yeah, they could afford one catastrophic loss on their economy, but that is a new page out of ATL's playbook that NAN hasn't really had to respect so far. So far, it's been a lot of lobby play, it's been a lot of inner crunches that had to be responded to, and ATL's default has kind of been more towards outside. They throw a wrench in the works, right? They send everyone through inner, and it pays off big.
It does. It really does. And, I mean, it's... Okay, it's not an awful buy on the part of NAN, but util is definitely lacking here. Rundle's only going to have 1 smoke. Steve with an MP9 smoke flashbang. Only 2 kits in play, so decidedly an economic advantage for ATL. And they've already sort of stabilized their economy based on just getting a very clean topside take here. So ATL all of a sudden are right back into things. And it looks like they're just going to opt to go back to the well here. Just another very fast topside take. Rundle does get 1, though, finally, and AJ's very low.
And Steve's
Steve
not flushed.
working this smoke. Ooh, okay, Labored's spraying a chip at, but does find it. Gets traded out by Jamer, and all of a sudden it's a 3v2 with 2 players very low HP. Exif does find Jamer, and all of a sudden it's a 1v3 where AJ is at 4 HP and yeah, gets killed by Cat pretty much immediately. So much better handled from NAN there. Rundle does get the kill that he needs to get and does a great job to get damage onto the second player. So it really just came down to NAN didn't hit the shots the first time, but they did the second time.
Yeah, that is very fair. And I think Rundle did a really good job to delay that entrance coming in, because on the previous round, Heaven got steamrolled, right? It wasn't close, but the fact that he's able to take one in a clean fight and then also force the attention towards Heaven, right? So that way NAN can rally the reinforcements a little bit more cohesively helps a ton.
Yeah, and Steve also does an excellent job of working that top hut smoke too, just playing around that and getting basically a free kill.
For sure, but is that the first time Steve's ops come out this half, by the way? I feel like it
I think
is.
so. I think this is the first time that we've seen an op on this map.
Gamer's creeped his way over to the far side of Marshmallow. I don't think Steve is... Oh, Steve's looking at it, but whiffs a shot, and Jamer, tuck your head. not interested in the smoke right now. But Cat is in secret. Another secret peek, and it pays off.
And NAN should know that this is a big outside lean because they know that there are 2 players outside right now. So maybe the ramp player goes looking for information. It all
Yeah.
depends on the timing.
But they're much more comfortable now. Xift is finally going to start exploring into Trophy like he's done so many times now this half.
Yeah, and he's going to get a lot of info here. I don't know if he opts. Ooh, and that's a big kill too. If he can get out of dodge, this is a very good round for NAN.
Yeah, and look at Blitzer piling on the pain from Squeaky, and just like that, ATL 4v2. But Rouge punishes Xift for
Xif gets a
re-exploring.
little greedy there. I don't know if that peek was necessary because he could have just held down ramp. Ooh, some rough team damage happening there. A little terrorist on terrorist violence, and Boosh in a 1v3 with it all to do. Gives up the info, and Steve, crisp shot. 8-4 half for the 1g's. I mean, I would consider that to be pretty standard fare when it comes to Nuke, but you know, given the context of what we've seen on prior maps, or I guess prior map singular, this is much better showing from NAN already.
Yeah, and the fact that they lost the pistol, came back and won 8 gun rounds after what can only really be described as a disastrous CT side on their Anubis, much more confidence, right? If they win a pistol here on T, that's a good look, you know, up to 10, provided you don't lose that anti-eco, and you only really need 3 gun rounds. You just need an Xift 2K, a Steve off play, just something, right, to just get over the line and make it go to Vert.
Yeah, I mean, very simple recipe for NAN for sure. They just have to get literally any solid rounds to start their T side, and we might go to map 3.
Yeah. Well, let's see what NAN end up doing. All 5 players curled up into a ball right now, and well, of course,
missed
NAN...
Squeaky smoke, and that flash isn't going to hit either, but Boosh can't capitalize. AJ gets 2, though. They will get down Ven. Oh my goodness, how is this a 3v3? What? Steve gets 2, how? It was a completely blundered topside take, and all of a sudden it's a 3v2. Chipap might find a good timing. Jmart does find 1. Chipap needs to find 1 on this timing, otherwise this round is cooked. Oh, Rundle somehow still alive. How is he alive?
Watch
and
out.
Steve is going to find him on this heaven flank too. Rundle just needs to live. Oh, and Steve will get him too. Rundle finally gets back-to-back silo. Chipap's timing doesn't matter anymore because Steve is in a great position to trade. And now they have the info, but no, Steve over peaks.
Wait, but Chipap
but Chipap doesn't spot him.
Yeah. Wait.
Rundle just has to hit a clean headshot as Chipap peeks out here.
Chip.
No way!
Clean.
What a whiff!
It's not clean.
My goodness, Rundle,
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh man,
no.
he just had to hit the headshot and the round was over. But instead, Chipap finds something from nothing.
Was that a tragedy or was that a comedy?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Would you say falling into the vent while you're trying to go for an A take? Which one was that?
I don't even, like, I think the vent play was intentional because was it the vent player that got, no, because it was Steve that got 2 side entries and then somehow got all the way up to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, what happened there? Like, that was a totally botched topside take that somehow became feasible and then the trades went in a weird way.
Well, Ned's forced into it and Bouchon's Insanity are hurting bad after that opening exchange. And
AJ goes down too. They should just commit to this play.
Yeah,
Boosh surely doesn't have anything else to say here in this round. But somehow is still... Are you kidding me? What is going on? How is Boosh not dead? And the last 2 NAN players are in the lobby, so they can't even trade. They should be able to take ramp here because they know that every other player has been in rotation. But Jmark finally gets back to ramp here, so it's not really even a huge play.
Yeah, he's here in time.
Ooh, that's a tough timing. Jmart does need to get 1 here, and he can't find 1, so that means that they're going to be able to get down. But Chipap is already down secret, so it's a doable retake based on the positioning. They really have to be prepared for this double doors peek.
And
And they're not, but it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness, but Boosh trades early! Wow, that's crazy.
MP9? What is happening?
I know, right? Like Boosh,
I actually can't
should
keep up.
not be living here.
No,
if you're NAN, this is like you might even justify a force here because the finances for ATL are not great. I don't know if NAN don't have a good read on the money though, because instead they're just opting to go for a Kevlar pistol buy here. Which honestly might be the right call, because taking a second look at ATL's finances, they are getting... Oh, and AJ's gone again. Can't lose the round off of that. That would be a huge tilter and puts
But I mean,
NAN
NAN invested
up
into
to-
this in a half buy. A lot of them have. Oh,
that's really... Because the ramp is completely open and there are no players in rotation. Yeah, like, Jammer has to go super, super fast here to get anything. So Insanity does find Rumble in the lobby. And Cat misses a kill that he probably should have gotten based on the number of bullets that were fired. But this is
is
the
gonna
weird timing. Exift has to open Squeaky, though, so the info will be given over.
Yeah,
And
Jammer
Steve KO goes down, so Blitzer has to do a whole lot here. Not a very tenable round for him. Yeah, and can't find the pre-aim. Exift does find one, but ATL surely will just be content to smoke the bomb and stick it here.
And the door's been closed on Exif.
Yeah, Exift doesn't have anything to do. Oh, and just can't find the spam through the smoke. These rounds are getting so close.
I need to stop watching a bunch of people just run past each other in a smoke. It's like not good for my heart.
Yeah, these are some stressful rounds, and
it's-
AJ disconnected once again, so Hydras are gonna have to use their last timeout. That's like, look, things are definitely looking up for the ATL because they've gotten 3 in a row off of that pistol win. But if AJ doesn't come back, NAN are teed up to take us to map 3.
And you can feel the pressure, right? Because Chip App normally doesn't make a solo push into trophy of all things.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you're totally right about that.
When you're down a player and you need info, you need some way to try and catch someone asleep, you start making plays that look really stupid.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the Bucks got to stop somewhere. I understand what he's trying to do, but you got to try and keep a level head and just play trades, right? Just pray that the mechanical prowess that's gotten you so far, like a trade turns into 2, turns into 3,
Yeah. And look, it's a double whammy here for AJ disconnecting because NAN are on a full buy. This is the worst round for him to disconnect on by far.
Yes. But
oh my goodness! Oh, Chipep gets blasted in secret, and Blitzer has a lot of space on top side here. Opts to smoke off Mini, and lots of trades happening outside here. So NAN can really just opt to go into Mini here. They have a player Heaven, and there's a player watching Hut. So NAN have decidedly slowed this round down, trying to get some sort of info. Players crossing into lobby right now. J-Pan is going to hear this and has a really great spot to at least get one.
Yeah, but that means nothing if Jammer whiffs.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Right, well, the lineup doesn't
Blitzer got the lineup.
Yeah,
and Exif rubs it in.
Yeah, and AJ's, keep in mind, AJ is still not in the lobby. AJ has not reconnected.
No.
All right. Oh, sorry. I apologize. ATL was not on their final timeout last round. Now they're taking their final timeout. So, trying to buy as much time, obviously, for AJ to reconnect. But, man, this has been such a weird game, hasn't it? And not just in terms of, like, disconnections, but, like, these rounds are getting crazy, too.
Think about how decisive Anubis was, and then you come to Nuke, right? You win the pistol. Oh, well, he's back, but let's see, for how many rounds? Yeah. But
Bad buy, too.
To lose the series, right? And again, I'm really stretching it, right? But let's be honest, AJ's not consistent in the server right now.
No,
okay, I'm not saying his performance winner. He literally can't connect, right? 8-2, the number 2 seed. You only lost really to DRG, and it's gonna fall apart because you're playing a 4v5.
Yeah, and it would be so like impactful to the rest of the elite bracket too, because that would be like by far one of the best teams just gone.
Yes.
In the worst of circumstances.
Yeah.
So, but AJ will be able to play this round.
Yeah.
He will have an M4. But...
Yeah, so ATL does force around AJ's quote-unquote banked economy, but I mean, lose this and you're really giving up 11 basically off of it. And I mean, J-Pan gets caught out looking for
Great
space.
Shot from Cat.
Yeah. But now Boosh is going to go exploring back to help and reinforce the A bomb site. Can't find a kill, and Cat gets a second. Finally traded up by Chip.
Oh, but Chipap with the 5-7!
Wow.
Why are NAN committing so hard to this topside take? They're just running into where the best positions are.
Not respecting
they do finally pause. They do finally pause. And now we'll be going ramp. But Jammer's in a very good position here to at least get one. Will they clear this? Blitzer seems aware of
Doesn't
it.
need to.
Ooh, and
Too
great job,
antsy.
Exif, covering him there.
But Jamer really needs to let someone walk into his crosshair rather than trying to do the opposite if you're going to commit to tucking that corner, you know?
Yeah, agreed.
And now NAN still have 30 seconds. The 8 bomb site hit is still totally in play, and Chip App, that's a big smoke.
That's, yeah, that smoke is, I honestly don't like that smoke. That gives up a ton of his position. Yeah, because NAN are just going to run out here, and I think they just want to try to trade Chip App out.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't even require a trade. Exif just hits an absolute blinder on Chip App.
Yeah. And I mean, round over.
Yeah, and Steve's aware of the vent walk up too.
Yeah.
Wow. Well played. Honestly, I really like the pause that NAN took there to sort of slow
Yes.
that round down. That was really well played from them. I like that a lot. Good
Yeah.
composure.
And I think ATL got too greedy, right? In a 2v3, the rounds that they've been able to win prior have been because they play tight to each other, right? But they try and hold both bomb sites basically, with Chip Vap staying upper and then sending Jamer down. Yeah, conventional wisdom says not to do that, you know? And now you're staring down an 11th with basically not even a ton of economy in the bank, because I think you only get 2,400 on the next.
And what is that? That's only like one outside smoke, weirdly.
Okay, there's a
Oh,
second,
no,
there's
okay,
a
they
second.
did throw the second. They did throw the second. I was going
Yeah.
to say, great camera angle from Nexus there, but
Well, there is
it
a
still
Zeus
is a great
watch.
camera angle, don't get me wrong. But
Yeah, Zeus watching HUD, but I don't think J-Pan's gonna get anyone because everyone ran through Squeaky to
no,
run
he'll
from him.
get he'll get one on the top side take, trust me.
Uh-huh.
Trust me.
Should I start doing a shitty
I've
jousting?
never doubted this sort of play before. Never doubted this sort of play. No, okay.
You should be doubting that play.
Well, whatever. You know, I'm ever the optimist. I like to see sparks fly.
That's fair.
All right, yeah, but rest of the eco gets cleaned up, clean round, and the 5 alive is huge because NAN are basically gonna have good money for the rest of this game. Like
Yeah.
they could lose a pretty long streak of rounds and still come back with great buys. So this is some dire straits for ATL because think about it, right? Like the tech pause timer is gone, so if AJ runs into any persistent connection issues on map 3, they're gonna have to dip into their timeouts. And I mean, think like AJ hasn't had a ton of like obviously
No, but he's
very
still a
consistent.
player on the server.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Exit eats a nade for breakfast.
Yeah, and it needs to be now. Oh,
Wow.
punished on the smoke spam, but Chibep will get one back.
almost finds a second too.
Wonder if Steve is gonna try. One of these NAN players should just be holding secret here.
No,
They do
here
get
comes
3
Blitzer to hold
down.
it.
Actually, okay, this is. He has to give up info going at Marshmallow, so ATL are gonna be aware of this. Yeah, the many
but
players
why would
here is
anyone be
Blitzer.
top Marsh when
No,
there's 3 people
but the
lower?
fact that he's giving up that info is actually like it's sort of a misdirection because Chip App
Yeah.
is going to stay actually top site while NAN have all the space B. NAN just have to not overthink this. Why are they peeking ramp? What is going? Why is Exif peeking top ramp here?
Well, and Blitzer
Yeah, and
tries
Blitzer
to.
can't find anything on the mini hit too.
No.
Not like this. Oh
No,
wow. Okay,
it's
that.
it's so overcooked. It's turned
Yeah,
into
they way overthought
charcoal.
that round. Yeah, no, it's like they handed me a completely black steak.
Yeah.
What is? Oh my goodness.
Well, get the
All
catch
right,
up.
well, whatever. Plenty of rounds to work with for NAN. I'm sure they're just gonna shake that one off and say, "Look, we have plenty of rounds to work with. Let's just try to close this. Let's not perseverate on that mistake." And maybe it could have been like not bad information, but just like some like weird timings from the info that Blitzer had, where Blitzer was like, "Hey, maybe we can turn this into a topside hit because I'm not hearing anything from my position Marshmallow at all." So that could have been it.
Well, Steve's op does come out, and that's a mistake.
Guys, the squeaky nade is like the easiest nade to
Well,
throw in this.
we are
entire
watching
map.
NAN.
True, again on brand.
Yeah, this A defense very robust with 3 people that stood up on it. I mean, the squeaky control has been so contested. Except looking to make miracles again from top Marsh, where he's done it a couple of times now. And I mean, wow, this spam battle is a little sussy.
Yeah, well, there are myriad PCs that need to be checked after this match, not just on account of cheating, but
But like literally
AJ
technical.
also having a Windows 95 PC, so
Well,
you might need to go to like a repair shop or something.
Sure, but Jamer's gonna get some action here at Trophy, and Steve shuts him down on ramp, and that's an opening pick. Cat
That's
suffers.
an open ramp too.
Yeah.
Man, not really, and the good response from ATL actually here to go for sort of a late lobby crunch. They line up. Oh, but he can't find anything. Rough.
Well, AJ can redeem himself here in a big way. No, late around the
No.
corner.
Chipping with a lot of damage to the smoke there. There are 3,
No.
but it doesn't matter. 1v4.
But this round is just, it's close, but no cigar, really, for ATL. Look at how the health bars are bleeding across the board, but Boosh is in a 1v4 regardless, and this is an insurmountable task even for him, as Nan
I wonder
looked
if
to
you
get
even
that
consider a
point.
save if you're Boosh here.
Well, you're a bit committed now, aren't you?
Yeah, I suppose. Doesn't really have a good way to get out of this, but they're not holding Squeaky, so...
Well, that's the
they
one
can't
person
find
at
a kill
full
on a
HP.
Blitzer. Oh, the re-peek from Blitzer, why? Alright, well, it
Yeah,
shouldn't
there's no
matter.
time. There's no time.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
Steve does find Boosh. Nan will get up to 12, and it looks... Presumably, like, we'll be teed up for a map 3 here. I'm not going to say despite all odds, because let's be honest, ATL have not had the requisite number of players in the server to... And right as I say that, AJ disconnects, and they don't have another timeout, so it's going to be a 4v5.
Well, isn't that just fitting for the last round of this map? A little bit
Keeping in
depressing.
theme, yeah, I don't. That's just honestly like a little bit sad. If I'm keeping it real, like you don't like to see that.
But that's just the reality of it. Well, it's insanity. Makes it a 4v4.
Making the most of it.
Yeah, it's now a 4v4, so, well, the game's still back, and finds a second
Ooh,
onto
and
Cat.
Yeah, Cat's not looking in the right direction, unfortunately.
And also not really making a smart play, if I can be honest with you. Trying to make a solo play out the squeaky door in a
For
4v4 is... And, well,
Definitely
J-Pan's...
forcing it a little bit.
J-Pan's still hungry. This is...
Ooh, Blitzer's dead.
Really?
Yeah, and that's bomb too.
Yep. Jamer tapping away now on Exif, and, wow, ATL will win a 4v5 round.
I mean, it was well played, though. They had a good game plan coming into it.
Yeah, I mean...
some questionable peaks.
Yeah, I mean, credit to J-Pan, right? Again, when you're down a player, you start making plays that look stupid. You stand in the middle of the blown open squeaky door, but if you win the fights, it's not that stupid, you know?
Yeah.
Well, lads.
Steve?
Okay, alright.
Nah, not enough bullets to make it happen anyways.
And ate a flashbang, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think NAN will probably force into this one. It's 1900 loss bonus. Yeah, or it's not even a force. It's sort of like a weird, like, off buy here. 2 players going into this round with, like a Mac 10 and a Tech 9. And Nexus, our observer, has called that this is going to be a lobby crunch here. So let's see if that happens.
Nope, it's a standard outside plate. Sorry, Nexus.
Unfortunate.
Well, and here come 5 players from NAN out ramp. This could be ugly.
Honestly, it's a good play here. It's a 4v5, so you're just expecting to try to get this ramp player early, but Jamer playing it well.
Yeah,
And NAN still will commit to this bottom site, but he will get traded out, so it's really going to depend on how quick ATL can get in rotation here. Oh, Exif peeking double again, a little bit over-aggressive.
Here comes Boosh to try and add on a layer of pain, trying to spot a player in the smoke. Can't do it so far, and that molly is critical, and Boosh gets caught reloading.
Boosh the reload.
Yeah.
J-Pen with a good shot back. It's going to be Blitzer and Rundle versus Insanity and Chipbap here.
And Chip
great adjustment
one.
from Chipbap. But he finds the spray on a Rundle. How? Chipbap should be dead. He needs to get traded out there, but...
No, 100%. I mean, Blitzer just stuck his Gat a little bit too far out of the default plan.
For the Rizzler. Yeah, Chipbap is the Rizzler there.
I mean, he is 22 and 13, so...
Yeah, no, Chipbap, full credit, is having an amazing game.
No.
And this could be a 4v5 overtime for ATL.
Don't say it.
It's a low buy.
Dude, I'm not saying
look,
shit.
I'm saying, like, it's looking sketchy, man. If I'm NAN, I'm scared here. Okay, Nexus calling
What is
ramp,
that?
and then they go topside. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, they're around the world, Nexus. Great idea.
You're so actually Nexus is incredibly smart.
Oh my god, yes. Around the world. It needs to happen now.
As it was foretold.
Yes. Unfortunately, it looks going to be like a very vanilla A-pop with not a lot of util to back it up in. Well, J-Pan, careful now. You don't get caught out. That door is not safe to turn your back to.
Okay, but...
Ooh. a blown spray, and that means it's a rifle. Oh, it's not a rifle recovered, but
Down and
Yeah.
mini smoke. Okay, Boosh does
Pat
find
down
one.
two.
Oh, Blitzer finds Chipbap. Oh no, not like this, ATL. They know that where both players are. They just have to kill this Heaven player quickly. They're not gonna find Jamer, and Boosh gets 1-2. Blitzer in a 1v1 with it all to do to close the map.
Wait,
But
is he in
Jamer's just
time?
gonna stick this. He knows that Blitzer's in lobby. No, Blitzer's not gonna get to this in time.
Wow.
And round over.
I wonder
Wow.
if Blitzer didn't hear the defuse go off in the adrenaline of the moment.
I don't know. I mean, it's still a tough round to win because I think he can actually stick it all the way, and Blitzer still doesn't get there in time.
And AJ comes back with 12K in the bank.
Oh my god.
He's just funded all of ATL.
Yeah, the bringing out the investment account right now. The interest has built up. AJ's got a high yield savings account that has benefited the Hydras in the final round of regular play here. Can NAN... Oh, and already an advantage given... NAN, you can't, with basically a 4.5 v5, you can't lose this one. Okay, Steve finds Boosh outside. A lot of space given. AJ is in rotation, but
this is
mostly
new.
on an island here.
I was
Oh,
gonna
and
say, that
Jamer
op
gives
is
up the
new.
position to the AWP.
Yeah.
Yep.
But now, exposed. Do they run at the op, or do they try and go back inside? But look at J-Pan, aggressive again in the hut. Is Blitzer ready for someone this close? Looks like he is, but gets dinked on the way in.
Isn't. And Steve is dinged too. Steve is low HP.
Yeah. Chipbap takes one with him to the grave, and Insanity now struggling under the pressure of this A bomb site, spraying the door, but you gotta be careful.
Out of
someone's
bullets.
behind you. 3v2, ATL. Trying to get us
And they
to
know
OT
they
here.
should know that there's somebody in rotation Heaven here.
Yeah. And I mean, Nan stalled
Pump
out
the
so bad.
brakes.
They can't really risk a player tapping the bomb, you know? Wow. Treated out there, but AJ, careful. Wow.
Oh
wait.
no, Insanity. We are going to overtime.
What is
Wow.
going on? Dude, look at the angle at which Insanity caught.
Yeah.
Was it Steve right there in mini? Like right at the last possible frame before he would have been able to swing into AJ. This is not a game of
Okay.
inches. This is going down to millimeters. I mean,
Yeah, this
Jesus.
is immeasurable, almost. Wow. All right. Well, let's see if NAN... It feels like NAN have been very reluctant to take outside, which is especially weird given that that's where you primarily play on your defaults, and for many of these gun rounds, they were in a 4v5. It seemed like NAN were a bit over-eager to lean more towards topside. And I wonder if they're going to change that up a little bit now that, you know, they've had time to sort of mentally reset a little bit.
I know this is a really mean statistic, but I really wonder what ATL's win rate... Oh, and someone's down the vent, and AJ gets punished trying to chase exit down as Steve ops the line. Wow, Steve rotates over the ramp.
Oh, and Steve gets the ramp too.
Yeah.
All right, Nan, you have to win this round. Just don't commit to topside. That's all you have to do. But Nan still have 3 players lobby, and Util is being thrown out high
Oh, and
here.
Steve's about to get caught. Oh.
Yeah, barrel
Wow,
spotted.
Rundle.
Oh, the lineup, but yeah, Rundle gets it.
Yeah, that was a really important kill from Rundle there, but now does Chipbap get checked on top hut? Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, that
Jesus.
was like basically what I was talking about earlier, right? This NAN being very over-eager to commit to the top site hit when they get picks on like all other parts of the map. So not really leveraging the space that they have at all. And finally, taking some time to take a timeout here, hopefully a little bit of a tactical realignment. But that other round really just comes down to, yeah.
Am I allowed to say something really mean? Do you think Nan
maybe?
starts
I don't know.
calling
I'm not an
timeout?
admin.
Do you think Nan starts taking timeouts to see if AJ randomly disconnects in the middle of it by extending the game time?
Oh my god, yeah, true. That would be
That is
that's
advanced
a toxic
warfare.
tech.
That is
a
advanced
toxic
warfare.
tech. Yeah,
You can't
that
take a tech,
is-
obviously, because nothing's wrong, so to speak, but you can take tax.
Yeah.
not-
Well, I
it's
meant
not like-
tech more in like the, you know, like
Like
when
a
you do a
technique.
tech in like melee.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
a technique, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
we're on the same page.
Yeah, totally. Of course, we've been on the same page the entire series. It's not like my sanity is going to shit.
Oh, I mean, that's less from our chemistry and more from what's been displayed in this series so far.
Yeah. Well,
Starly
another-
is not going to have a very nice bedtime if this gets
it's
closed out by
completely
NAN.
cooked. Exift is sleeping with the fishes, though. Shut down on top Marsh after he's been doing so much damage from that position, and Jamer grabs the op again onto
Back to
ramp.
top side.
Oh, don't peek Steve. Wow, Rundle and Cat,
Rundle
two
and Cat
kills.
get two. AJ
Yeah.
is still here, though. I don't think they'll be aware of this because it would be weird to have a third player. Yeah, and
Yeah,
AJ,
but Cat's positioning
Cat's
is really
gonna call
good.
this clear. Cat's gonna call this clear, and AJ can get a timing on the planter. Yeah, we'll find it. Bomb won't go down. They know that there's a player back silo now, and AJ gets two. How? And Chipap's in rotation from heaven, so he's gonna get a third player. Steve KL.
Last player confirmed. Has an op in
Yeah.
hand and bombs down front sight, so ATL, don't overplay your hand now. 2v1 in 50 seconds. Steve's got a lot of time here. He needs to be careful, yeah.
A lot to do.
He's getting peaks.
Good info. Only one bullet.
Yeah. Grabs an M4, and I mean, Jamer at full health actually doesn't matter because he has no head armor, so that M4
That molly's important, though.
Yeah. Chipap
Yeah, Chipap has to swing. Okay. But Bomb is still mid-sight. Steve has to go for a very wide peak to make this happen and doesn't necessarily know where Jamer is. Obviously, we'll probably clear mini, but how deep?
very deep.
Great pre-aim.
First bullet.
Wow. Great awareness from Steve there to clear that deep midi. Well done. And that's a huge round for NAN to win because that's 2 T rounds in overtime.
Yep. No, I mean this looks good for NAN. Yeah. Off of what was a solid round tactically first, and then a Steve bailout on the second, and NAN is in the driver's seat. Jamer, after buying 2 ops, down to an MP9 on Nuke of all maps.
Yeah.
And AJDC's again!
Oh, no.
Oh, ATL bros.
How many times do we need to keep saying it, man?
I mean, well, Exif's got a nade in hand. Can't be punished for it, though, and swings back out wide. A lot of body blocking, and, well, that's 2 Molotovs invested.
And that's big info, actually. They see the 2 mollies. Ooh, but Steve gets picked outside.
And that doesn't stop the inner hit, though, and Exif comes in swinging wide. Cat takes out Boosh as well. It's all into Chipbap, looking for 30 to keep ATL alive in this half. 3v1 here in heaven as he waits for Jamer to move into mini to reinforce the position, and this needs to be a round win for ATL.
Yeah, and NAN are going to have the info that somebody dropped Hell. I think it was intentionally faked by Chipbap to have them not holding Heaven, but it looks like there's still not a player looking at it anymore, so Chipbap might have a timing. Cat, how does he not see? Okay, does see the player in midi, and Jamer gets caught out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Chipbap doesn't have anything to do, and man, they get 3 rounds on their T side, so you would think they would be able to close this out on their CT side, but I have been wrong before about NAN's ability to close this game, because it obviously did go into overtime.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I think the narrative will have to be that ATL is not able to overcome a 5v4.
Yeah, and the thing is too is that like it now, after there have been so many rounds, AJ gone again by the way, now that there have been so many rounds that have been played out and Chipbap is sitting at 29 and 18, you have to feel a little bit like he's trying to drag this team kicking and screaming to get out early while they don't have to deal with AJ disconnecting, but NAN not willing to let that happen, and so they are up 3 rounds on their CT side on Nuke, which is a pretty damning indictment of
and no
ATL's
T-side op on Jamer that would really facilitate, you know, a fast pick, right? When you go for AKs, you go for rifles, you're naturally going to shorten the conflict, like the dual like length, right? And that always favors the team with more players.
Yeah.
And Cat just takes Boosh out.
No,
Another
it's a 5v3, and they have full lobby info, so they should get rotations into bottom site here.
Yeah, and
Steve obviously doesn't have any info outside, though.
Wow, and Blitzer gets shut down by Chip, but again, so much presence outside, and that smoke fades, and I mean, that's a naked Insanity.
Yeah. Completely out in the open here.
2v4 to keep this game going. And I mean, Jamer and Chipbap are going to have to pull one off for the ages. I mean, XF doesn't really seem aware that he's out on site. Jamer gets one, has a chance to get
Jamer, oh my goodness, how is he still alive? Rundle needs to kill him.
No.
Oh
Rundle,
no, not like this, please. I don't know why
2v2.
Cat peeked there. Just wait for the plan and wait for your team to get in position. There's no way. You can't lose this round.
I mean,
Okay,
Jamer
they
gets
do have the info that one gets to secret, and they know it's planted. No, it's planted back, so they're not a straw.
Jamer with a third.
Oh my goodness, what a blinder.
And now Chipbap activates to make
Oh,
this
Rundle's
awkward.
not looking single.
No.
Oh my
He couldn't.
goodness.
He couldn't. Jamer, he needed to
what
clear
a
Jamer out.
throw.
Yeah.
That's an unbelievable throw. There was no way that NAN should have lost that round.
There were shades of, you could see again, Nan's sloppiness on their CT side from Anubis catch up to them again on that round,
Yeah.
right? Cat peeks in front of the play. Like, we're contesting space. We don't need to contest outside, right? Like, we know lobby's clean. All we need to do is make sure that we keep them contained in secret, and instead, Nan get jumpy. And Jamer punishes them for it.
Yeah, honestly, like, as much as NAN threw that round, that's real credit to Jamer there for hitting some great shots to make it possible. So it's not just completely on NAN. It is some great individual play.
No, and XF goes fishing again.
XF needs to
finds
get out.
three ATL players, which is not pleasant. And I mean, Jamer and Blitzer having a tango on the outside
Blitzer makes a
red.
step.
Yeah, but he's got support coming in the form of Cat up secret. Again, this late secret peek, and I mean, Jamer's not ready for it.
And that nade doesn't clear the smoke, so they're not going to have any info ramp. Not that XIF was on an open angle anyways. And Blitzer going for a peek does find one. Doesn't need to commit to the second fight, but he re-peeks anyways. Blitzer, what are we doing? Oh my goodness, this is bold.
That's Blitzer style.
And he's still taking this fight with the P2K. Wow. Okay, well, Rundle, yeah, they're going to clear top HUD and oh
No, they're
not
No, they're
again.
not.
Okay, all right. Please.
This should be over.
Close it here. I beg you. It should be over. AJ, 3680R to his name, has not been in the server for the vast bulk of this ATL T side. Or not, sorry, not T side, the CT side, but either way, 1v3 with it all to do. And
Rundle's just
how do
gonna
you
pluck
get
him out of
this
there.
one? Yeah, for sure. I mean, AJ's not even clearing top HUD, really. Yeah, and they have the info now. Rundle with the spam. XF just has to play containment in lobby, and this one should be over.
Yeah,
Wow.
Rundle gets
Yeah,
him
and
through the
AJ
wall.
doesn't even get down vent. And NAN, they will take map 2 and they will doom Starly's bedtime to be after midnight. Thank you, NAN. You've done a great service to us all.
Hang on. The tech pause is run out. It won't be after midnight. It'll be like 11:30. I'm a heathen. I'm in Central.
Oh, wait, you're in Central Time. Man, well,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
I'm on
well.
Eastern Time, so I'm suffering even more.
Yeah.
Well, map
I mean,
3
we can always
is...
just put it. We can always just put it on auto observer, and then just let Nix eat the entire time. I feel.
Yeah, well, honestly, like, all right. Well, I mean, what can you really say about that map 3? Obviously, you know, we have to talk about AJ and the connection issues.
The unfortunate elephant in the room, right, is that even a team of ATL's caliber, right, is not able to beat. They're not able to win a 4v5 against any team, much less a playoff team in NAN, right? And again, we saw the recipe to success for NAN, right? Individual stepping up, Steve with a huge clutch to win that first or that second round in OT, right? Like XF taking good space outside and inside on the initial takes. Blitzer plays like a crazy person, and ATL's not ready to match his freak, honestly. And Rundle has been solid. He's been a rock all the way through. Cat's also been playing well when he's been able to take aggressive peaks, sometimes a little too aggressive, right? But NAN is kind of thriving off that aggression. And, you know, again, they're a playoff team. You shouldn't expect to beat them 4v5.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not exactly like obviously NAN did go through the play-in, but they were a higher seed in the play-in, and obviously there was a little bit of controversy surrounding NAN's placement in the play-in because it had to do with some ties that you know, some people weren't happy about. But for the sake of not giving the admins a headache, let's not rehash that.
No,
but, I mean,
that's
NAN are no
right?
scrubs. That's the point, right? NAN are no scrubs.
Yeah, and I think you saw it, right? Like, still, again, it's not perfect CS, right? But it's more than enough to beat an ATL team that was still playing well in a 4v5, right? Not just because they're in a 4v5, everything goes to shit, right? Chipap had 30 kills, couldn't quite get over the edge, right? We saw Jamer pull off heroics in that 12-15 round. Like, these people can still aim just because AJ's not there, right? Doesn't mean like the entire
Yeah.
house collapses, but it's just too much of a hurdle to clear. And really, in the back of your mind, you start thinking, right? Like, when you won the pistol on T side, AJ DCs, it's the first round in a 4v5, you actually lose that eco, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the wheels start falling off that front, right? And it starts to burrow itself into your mind like, man, fuck. If we just had 5, it shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, I
You
mean
know?
that's just like a killer. Like that's the worst lingering thought to have. Like, yeah, if we had just had a 5th player for the majority of our CT side, we would have been fine because they get to overtime. Like NAN honestly give them too many rounds to work with. Like let's
Yeah.
be honest, it shouldn't have gotten to overtime,
No.
right?
NAN should have
With the
closed it
amount
in
of times that
regulation.
NAN should have closed it in regulation. So ATL have an opportunity to close. But I mean, how many gun rounds were there? 2 or 3 where AJ just disconnected in overtime.
Yeah.
Like
And I
that.
mean,
Like overtime is the worst
yeah.
point in the map to have a 4v5,
I
right?
think
Because it's
literally
really
on the
pronounced
round.
when it's a 4v5 on a gunny.
Yeah. And I mean, I literally on the round to get ATL to OT, AJ had 2, right? He wasn't cleared out of backside A. Cat came in front and then held the mini angle for that front plant and didn't clear out back. So AJ killed Rundle and then eventually ended up swinging Cat to kill him as well into a 2v1.
Yeah.
Like, when he's in the server, he is playing well. He just can't
and
stay in the server because he has Windows 95.
yeah, he has potato PC as it's colloquially known. But I mean, moving on from the
Depression.
4v5 situation and the depression that ATL are likely experiencing, it shouldn't have been as close as it was, but a decidedly more interesting outing from NAN for sure. Like NAN, despite sort of like the late choke in regulation, were showing some actual like some sick Counter-Strike in moments um, to make it much more convincing on their
Yeah.
part because obviously that Anubis did not inspire me.
No, but I think Nuke, again, should, right? Because it's their first time playing the map. Again, you saw some of the team play a little sloppy here and there, right? But the individual brilliance was more than enough to carry them over the line, which to me is encouraging, right? You're going to Vert. Again, it's kind of not the best decider for both teams, right? And like neither team has played it a ton, if I remember correctly. But I mean, competition is competition, and if I'm NAN, I'm just telling the boys like, hey, let's just gamble on AJ not being in more often than he's
Yeah,
not, right?
let's just like lock in. Like the start of this game doesn't even matter. Like we can close it late because AJ's not going to be there for half the rounds.
Yeah,
At
and I
least
mean,
if the trend continues. We don't know if it was maybe. I would hope it's not like a map specific issue.
I mean that would be
Or I guess I
hilarious.
would hope that it's a
You
map
would hope
specific
it's a match,
issue.
yeah, but
Yeah,
that
so
would be
that AJ can
hilarious.
actually play the game. But
Yeah,
yeah, that would be awful if Valve had introduced some like late breaking change
I mean,
to
I would not put it past Valve. I would not put it past Valve.
yeah, I mean, should remember the ladder glitch on
Yeah,
Nuke, where like if
yeah,
you went up the ladder on Nuke, your game would just outright crash.
crash, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
just. And again, I feel so bad because it's ruining what has been a really solid series, right? But again, I can't help but feel like this would be over.
oh, for sure. I think
It's just
too.
gnawing at like the back of my mind, and it's just like it feels like NAN is earning their win, right? Let's not be that much of a sourpuss, right? Like NAN is
Yeah, let's
earning
not
their
like
win.
shit on NAN.
No,
Right?
NAN is
Like the
earning
NAN
their
are
win
doing the
through and
best that they
through.
possibly can to
Yeah.
close the 4v5.
Yeah, but like, man, right? Like you win T pistol, you win that force buy. Like what could have been, you know?
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm just getting word now that ATL have pulled an emergency substitution.
Is that
And
allowed?
they, yeah, well, I think it is. I think you're
If it's
allowed to
processed.
do subs between maps. Yeah, no, the
Okay.
transaction's
Shh,
been
shh.
processed.
My elite team won. My elite team won. They
Oh
won on
my
the cringe
goodness.
maps. Let's go.
They
Let's
they
go.
won.
Let's go.
Wow.
Oh
All
my.
right, never mind. Big slime on top. No trophy, probably. But
Shut
you
up.
never know.
Shut up. Shut up.
Well, okay, so this is weird because it looks like they've done 2 subs.
I mean, I think that must have been a
looking
mistake
at
because I thought.
transactions,
Wait,
yeah, it might have
JPan's been
been.
Challenger?
No,
No,
so
JPan is
Nexus,
not
you're a
Challenger.
TM. Are you allowed to inform us what's been going on behind the scenes?
They have
Okay,
2
so
subs.
Nexus has confirmed for us that they do have 2 subs coming in. So I don't know who's the second player that they're subbing out. So just if you haven't looked at the
maybe-
transactions channel,
I think
they have
Zentaris has to be
raids.
coming out, right? Because why did
Yeah,
he
they have
show up in the-
raids. No, well, Zentaris is from ATL's Challenger team. So AJ will be going out,
shot.
and raids will be subbing in for AJ.
There's
But
no shot
Zentaris has
Zentaris is-
also been promoted to
No, the
Elite, but
promo
I
has
don't
to
know
be a
who
mistake.
Zentaris. No, Nexus
Wait, he is
Nexus
Chally.
said that it was a legit. Yeah, Nexus said that it was a legit promo. I mean, they're allowed
Wait.
to do that. They can do 2 subs as long as the second player is a promo. So it's not against the rules.
I'm so stupid.
And
so stupid.
and you heard
it's
Nexus.
It's Zentaris, not Zinsanity. God damn it.
Yeah, no, it's not JPan. We're not talking about JPan. Although,
Oh my
JPan could be
God.
why did ATL have to sub a second player? This is quite the conundrum.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
think
we'll never be
you
able
make-
to figure that out.
like you make fun of my bedtime, but I think unironically it is someone's bedtime on ATL.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if someone was just like, guys, I can't stay up this late. Like, I have to go to work tomorrow. I have to go to work tomorrow, but I'm the poor sucker that volunteered to cast this game, so I have to suffer.
Yeah, well, that was a great. Bush was kicked from the LAN cafe. Scott, did you kick him?
Oh.
Scott, did you kick him?
I don't think Scott owns a LAN kit. Bush out. Okay, so Scott is saying that Bush is out.
Okay, Bush is. I mean, not great, not terrible.
Well, no, it's pretty terrible, I would say, because you have to
Yeah.
bring up a Chally promo, and I'm
Okay, but
sure
he's got
Zentaris
Zin-
is great.
Dude, but he's got Zin as his name, so like.
Yeah,
We'll
true.
be
Well, okay, so notably there is, and
The Zin
pardon
connection.
the pun here, but there is some like Zinergy
Yes,
here
exactly.
because Zentaris did play with JPan on Chally last season, if I remember correctly, and that team, despite the fact that they weren't able to have most of their team play all together on match days, like they were pretty solid. Like that challenger team was pretty all right as far as I'm
Yeah.
aware.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly like they have a scrub coming up for them, but a Chally promo is certainly less than ideal. But this is
okay, don't underestimate the ability to have a consistent fifth in the server. Right?
True.
Chipep is still in, Jamer is still in, JPan is still in. Okay? As long as those 3 people are in the server and they have 2 human beings around them.
2 human beings.
I'm serious though, right? Like I'm genuinely serious, right? Like the magic that they were able to make happen in multiple 4v5 scenarios. Just imagine if they had like a second player to trade them out or like an extra flashbang or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Like I just want to see a 5v5. I just want to see a 5v5.
I do just want to see a full map of 5v5 Counter-Strike be played. I agree with you.
You know,
100%.
it's like I don't know what it takes at this point. Like, do I got to make a phone call? Like, do I gotta what do I gotta do?
Starly, you have to get off the cast and in flagrant violation of basically every rule in CSC, step in to replace AJ on ATL. That's what you have to do.
Well,
this is the task that I am giving to you. This
let me
is
DM
your
Chip
quest
Bath. I'm
for the
sure she'll
night.
love
If you
that.
don't complete it, that's bad for your karma, and so you will not reincarnate as a higher order being.
Okay, hang on, time out. Now this gets interesting. What would I reincarnate into, Pokemon wise?
Oh, okay.
Pidgey? But I feel like that's the same tier.
Yeah, that's the.
Wait, Nexus, are you muted? Unmute yourself, by the way, until the fucking map starts.
Yeah, let's get Nexus in here. All right?
Let's get Nexus in here because I'm bored.
The stream wants to hear from Nexus.
Yes, I want to hear from Nexus.
Do they really want to hear from Nexus, though?
Yes.
Absolutely, they do. I want to hear from Nexus, and I'm known to be a man of the people. I would never try to.
If anyone says otherwise, I will get a match day.
Yeah, no, I would be willing to do some heinous things to protect Nexus. So.
Dude, Sticky Toe, the guy who said I look like a crack pipe addict, says I reincarnate as Moltres.
I'm currently
Moltres,
trying to
because you're
fight against
fire.
the backend system we use for CSC to make sure that their subs have gone through.
Okay.
And
Is there
Okay.
like weird lobby stuff going on?
yeah,
I would imagine so.
Okay.
not even that. It's just that the web page is taking forever to load the team. I can look up. I might as well just do the fucking players at this point. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. This is just the fastest way. You. I need you. I need you to love me.
Okay,
My bad.
I could do that.
Love me, say that you love me. Boo me, boo.
Starly, do you believe in life after love?
Can we just start singing a cappella?
I can't sing.
I'm not a very good singer. Is the problem?
Neither
I'm a
am I.
terrible singer.
I'm like I can do baritone. That's what Starly. You want to be like the tenor, and then
I don't
Nexus
think I
can
should
be the
sing.
soprano.
I don't think I should sing
Love me,
at
We
all.
can start like we can start. We just need one more person, and we can get like a barbershop quartet going on. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
That hurts. It hurts my voice.
Oh man.
We do have fun here, in spite of all the shenanigans that have transpired in this series.
Oh,
We do have
there
fun.
is a serious threat in the elite chat, Rubai.
Uh-oh.
Blitzer has
Uh-oh.
said that he's going to start adding the admins if they don't fix my servers.
Ooh.
So now instead of instead of ATL playing the 5v4, if Blitzer cups a match
yeah,
day,
Blitzer is gonna get match day.
and he would go
Look,
to a 4v5.
But
for
Blitzer,
NAN.
it's a hollow threat because Blitzer knows that all of the admins have him blocked anyways. So
That's fair. That's actually very true. But let's see how this goes.
Say
Um,
that you love me. Ooh, my bad. It's
no,
stuck in my
keep
head
singing.
what was I going to say?
Fuck it.
I was going to say, did I tell you I got another keke for the holiday season coming up? I know Thanksgiving hasn't
Oh
even
really?
happened
You have a
yet.
new Starly emote.
Yes. It's very
Okay,
festive.
what is it?
Let me DM it to you.
Is it like a little like wearing a little Santa hat? Is that it?
Yeah, it's got a Santa hat. And it's got
Oh,
a
look at that!
sweater.
I called it. Ooh,
Dude,
yeah, it's got a
he's got like a
sweater.
festive sweater on too, right? Like,
Well, is that a sweater? No, that looks like he has like lights hanging off of him.
Do you
that's
guys
what I
think
thought
I
so
have
too.
enough
But
time
like,
to pour out a bowl of cereal and eat it?
yeah, I think you have plenty of time.
I would bank on yes.
Yes.
I will have you know that I feel
And-
like I'm lactose intolerant because anytime I drink milk,
Okay. Well, okay.
I I immediately get the runs. Is
Okay,
that
Well, if
is
you're
that
lactose intolerant,
I'm
is
sure
that
you
a-
gotta
chat
drink
wanted to hear about that.
is that a risk that I am
Chat, do
willing
you
to
want
take?
to? Chat, do you want to hear more about Nexus's runs? Well, I think we should. That's what we should talk about, right? That should be the conversation.
Hang on, I need to make a meme real quick
Yes, please tell us more.
for Big Slime. Okay, hang on. This I'm gonna see how much time I have, but do you know the Mike Tomlin encroachment phase, Rubai?
Encroachment face? No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay,
I've never
I'm
heard of
gonna.
that.
You do know who Mike Tomlin is, right?
I do know who Mike Tomlin is,
Okay, alright,
head
yeah.
coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers. You've never seen this picture?
I have not, although it's pretty.
It's pretty good.
good.
It's pretty fucking good. Hang on, I need to cook.
That's
real quick.
lovely.
I need to
Okay.
cook real quick.
Okay, chef it up. Chef it up.
Okay, where's my Big Slime logo?
We got some Steelers fans in the chat tonight. Shout out Dingus Farts.
Oh, Dingus Parts is a Steelers fan. Steelers.
The Lakers are better.
Yeah, Steelers fan.
The Lakers are better.
That's the wrong sport.
Lakers.
My bad, my
Yeah,
bad.
not the same sport.
The
but
Packers are better.
I mean-
Packers are better.
Packers are better. Yo, shout out to the Packers. We love the Packers.
I don't know what that is.
Go Chargers. Woo.
We love Jordan Love here. Shout out Jordan Love.
Go.
We have about 3
And
people working
now
on this specific
go
match, by the way. Like, we have an admin and 2 tech
Okay,
people
so
working on
the-
this right now.
Ooh, okay. We got the big guns pulled out. We have CSC's finest currently working to make sure that this map 3 can get played. Let's see, what else can we do?
I was so
in the
excited for the
meanwhile?
first map.
I know, right? Wasn't it actually like good CS? And even
it
map
was
2 wasn't that bad until the DC started happening.
No, map 2 was horrendous from that long tech pause and then the
Oh,
continuous
that's true.
4v5. But yeah, after
That's
that
true,
first map,
true.
I'm like, today's gonna be a good day. I'm gonna have enough time to hit up my friend and go, hey, let's watch Shameless together. Only
Nope.
for map 2 to happen. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
so
you, Rylan.
here's what we can do. Yo, shout out to Rylan. We love Rylan.
Yo, what's up, Rylan?
We're big Rylan fans on the cast. What else do we have to talk about? Oh, I guess now it's been about, an hour and a half. So I guess we have to have another, government mandated salving up.
Oh, that's right. We can
Chat.
sab up.
Everybody in chat, salve up. Can we
Yep,
get some
sab up.
salve up in the chat? Any savers tonight?
Hashtag up.
Yeah, let's
I want it to be. I want it on the record
Yeah,
that
sav.
at I am Dallas 2024. I want to say I am Dallas 2024. Leadbone, the former GM of Sav, had given me a sticker, and it is currently on my guitar right now.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
I need Aiden's profile picture like right now.
You might be able to get it from Core or like copy it from Analytical or
I'm
something.
gonna get his
He's not-
Steam. I'm gonna get his Steam one, I think.
Okay. Here's a fun fact about me. I don't own any FRG merch at all. I only
wait, it's the
own
wrong one.
Savannah
Yes, it's like-
merch.
It's this,
Before we
like, weird
continue,
fucking-
can we all just get a hashtag praise Moops?
Praise
Because
Moops.
Oh
because
yeah,
Moops
true.
is stepping in.
Yeah, shout out Moops. Yeah, praise Moops. Oh wait, is Moops actually subbing in?
Well, Moops is taking care of the server stuff. He immediately logged in.
Oh, okay,
Wait, Rubai,
okay.
Rubai, you're a better shit
what's
poster
up?
than me. How do I get Aiden's profile picture without looking like a stalker?
I think
From
just
Audible.
go to Analytical and like go to his profile on Analytical. You might be able to
yeah.
just copy paste the profile picture there. I'm not
That-
sure. Like
yeah,
it might be
that's-
pretty low res, but
That's better. That makes it better.
okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, I don't actually have any FRG merch. I only have Sav merch. Is the thing. Like I'm a closeted Sav enjoyer.
Okay, perfect. This is huge. All right. And now I reply to Clumsy. I turn the ping on just to make sure that happens. And then I save that file. Wow, this is a disgusting edit. Okay, great. Okay, perfect. Send that.
Also,
And it
the-
does
the
look as
heart is
someone with
broken now.
access to the. Oh, it is. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
the heart is broken now. Fuck.
Oh no. We do have some collusion going on in tech right now because it does look like one of the ATL players is trying to ensure that there is a fair 5v5 being played right now, which I'm personally not a fan of. All right. I don't think that it's a total conflict of interest for anybody on Atlantis to try to make sure that the match can be completed. You know, it's just like
Well, then we wouldn't have a match to cast.
that's true. And
Then we
Well,
can go to
it-
bed. Wait, hold on. We can go to bed? Yo, no, we can't let this happen. This is collusion, and I will not stand for this.
yeah.
Dude, I need to go honk shoe so bad.
Okay, hold on though, Starly. You know who
What?
can save ATL?
Who?
TB1.
Yeah, TB1 could save the shit out of ATL
No,
right now.
honestly, like the
dude, he's playing for
TB1
ATL
sub-
already. He's
I
playing
know
for ATL
that's
already.
my point is that TB1 is on ATL. He's subbed at the highest level of CSC and won
Yes.
against granted Kigu, right? So
Yeah, he won against a Prem team. Let's not.
Okay, let's be honest here. I wouldn't call it a Prem team. I would call it Kando and,
Well, Kando didn't
Kando
play
and
that game.
friends. Oh, true. Kando was out. Yeah.
Ah, fuck. We talked too much. Scott just opened 20 tickets, Rubai.
Oh my god.
I'm-
Already?
I've been so cursed with hearing the Hawk Tua memes for like a month now that when you said talk, you really enunciated the T's, and
Dude.
it was like a Russian
You
sleeper
immediately
code.
thought talk to
I heard talk to in my head, and I was about to yell it out loud. I feel
Holy shit.
like maybe I just go to sleep now.
You want some real brain rot? I
No.
could sing for you, but it's going to be brain rot.
Nah, don't
Sticking out
sing.
your
Okay, I'm not
galley
gonna
for
sing
the
that.
Rizzler.
No, it's
You're so
Okay,
worse
hold
than
on,
that.
hold on. Okay, JPen is asking if he should trade Anthony Simons away in fantasy.
Is that
I think you
basketball?
probably should. Yeah, that's basketball.
Yeah, I don't know ball.
I
I
don't
think he should
got a lot for
probably-
Riz.
Is Anthony Simmons like bad, or is he like an awful person?
I mean, it's more just like that Anthony Simons plays for the Portland Trailblazers, if I remember correctly,
Holy shit, that's not good.
which is a
All
fraudulent.
I
That's-
want for
that's really bad.
Rizmiss is you.
Oh my god.
All right, I think the server is gonna be set up now.
Okay.
Moops is
Thank-
on it.
Thank the
Moops is
Lord.
on it,
Hashtag praise
kids.
Moops.
Praise moops in chat. Any moopers in chat? Any moopers?
Any
Any
Moopers tonight?
moopers?
Sorry, I think I've asked you this question before. Is it the entire Starly line, or is it just Starly?
What do you mean?
You like the entire Starly line, or is it just?
Yeah, it's like yeah.
Honestly,
I always put
there.
a Staraptor in my teams.
When I was, I think around 7 or 8, I didn't really understand how to play Pokemon, even though it's a pretty easy game. I didn't
Yeah.
know that I had to go to Mount Coronet for the Gen 4 games, to go to Mount Coronet and
Uh-huh.
do the whole
Save the world.
Yeah, essentially save the world.
Yeah.
And
I just remember.
I saw one of my cousin's friends had a Dialga, and I remember searching in every single grass patch for a Dialga. I'm like, it looks so cool.
Oh my god.
And I never
Dude.
found one.
My first playthrough of Pearl when I was a kid, I just used my starter. I just used my Piffle. I had no team diversity whatsoever. And it was just a level 100 Empoleon with like all 4 HMs
You
because
strike me as a Piplup user.
Oh my god, you actually okay? That's so weird because I did the exact same thing when I
Right?
played through
And I would just
Diamond
spam
when I was a
surf.
kid. Like, okay,
I
so
would
here's
just
the
spam
thing:
surf.
is that I was so bad at the game that I had to do 2 playthroughs of Diamond. The first playthrough I did Infernape to level 100, right, and then the rest of my Pokemon were basically just like HM slaves.
yeah. But
And
I made
because
my
like and because Infernape is a glass cannon, basically, like obviously that wasn't gonna get me through
Infernape
the
the
Elite
goat.
Four.
Mhm.
So I literally was so bad at the game, and I didn't want to like grind levels for my other Pokemon that I just decided like screw it, I'm gonna start a whole new save and play the game exactly the way that I had been playing it, but pick Piplup as a starter instead of Chimchar.
Yes.
I-
Piplup gang, where are
I've-
you at?
I've had this conversation with some of my friends, in that Gen 4 has pretty much some of the best starters aside from Gen 3.
For
I
sure,
like
yeah.
Empoleon,
Yeah.
Empoleon, great. Torterra, great. Infernape, the best firefighting
goat.
starter to get done. Beating listen, this might be a hot take, but Infernape clears Blaziken every which way.
Yeah, Mega Blaziken is doing a
Ooh,
lot of heavy lifting
okay.
for Blaziken's reputation.
They didn't
For
give him.
sure.
They didn't give Infernape a mega because they knew. They just knew.
Well,
That's
yeah,
the thing
and also
too,
the fact
is
that
that
the Gen 4 remake was so dirty.
yeah, Blaziken was also a starter in a weak era of the game. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Gen 4 was really when things started to pick up. I mean, you had some heater Pokemon in that gen, right? You had
Staraptor,
Spiritomb.
Spiritomb for
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gartomb. Yeah,
Gartomb?
Garchomp. Gartomb. Yeah, Gartomb.
I
Yep,
really like
my favorite
Darkrai. I don't know
Pokemon.
if we're counting mythical.
Darkrai, true.
Darkrai's
Yep.
heated is some pretty goat status. Who else is really good?
Arceus.
Togekiss.
Togekiss,
Togekiss is a
true.
solid shot.
Oh,
I mean, I
Electa.
always
What's the last
Electivire.
part of the
Electivire.
yeah, Electivire.
Electivire.
And the
Yeah.
Magmortar.
All right, enough of
Yeah.
my yapping. We're gonna be
Two.
heading into.
I think
game.
Magnezone was introduced in Gen 4 too.
Yeah, Magnezone is the best. But we're in game, boys. Let's go.
No way. No way. We're in game.
All
We're
right,
in game.
huge. We're at map 3. Let's go.
Oh my god.
And we have a 5v5. Most important.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
All right. Well, whatever. No car, not me.
Okay. Well, here we go.
And we are in it.
I mean, I don't want
Yeah.
to say it. So the pistol's going on right now, and yeah, okay, in.
Yeah,
And-
we're in the interstitial right now, though. Nexus, you gotta.
And how is Except already behind everyone? Wow, he takes Chick back with him to the grave. Cat
Yeah.
fighting on short. Gets that, but Insanity trades one back, filling in the gap, and immediately 2 kills already on the round. And now a 3v3 as ATL evacuates the ramp. Minute left on
NAN
the
are
clock.
reading this well, though. They already have somebody. Yeah, Blitzer is already in
Yeah.
rotation towards B, and he's going to hear this early.
Yeah. I would hope he's here because ATL is not subtle about this.
I actually
cross
love
map
this
movement.
quad position from Blitzer here, too. This is really smart because they're not going to clear him.
Well,
shortly.
not if he peeks out first, but gets one. Can he get a second? Can't find a second. Insanity gets another. That's 3 now on the round. Looking to stick the bomb, taps it, fake, ducks his head back down as Steve and Cat spam the smoke to no avail. 2v2, and Insanity's on for the ace. 2 subs need to do something crazy, and Insanity goes down to Cat. 1v2 on raids. Trying to see if he can't make some magic happen. Can't get the first, and, well, Cat swings out of the smoke to get the second, and Cat with a 3k of his own.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, despite the fact that that quad peak came a little bit premature, the Blitzer honestly played that situation to a T because that rotation came exactly when it needed to come. And he, to his credit, even though he swings quad early, he does get the one that he needs to get to make it a 2v2. So honestly, like Blitzer makes that round really doable.
Every play is okay as long as you get yours.
Exactly. It's not about winning the round. It's about having good stats and having people think that you're good at the game.
Yes.
Missed ramp smoke off rip from NAN.
Well, that makes me think you're bad at the game, and Jesus Christ, Chipap and Blitzer are just trading blow for blow, and Raids kills
Chipap dies in the molly. What?
Wow.
That's crazy. I don't think the molly had spread to him. Maybe he was stuck in a corner and it spreaded late. We'll never know. But
And
not a
despite
lot of
losing the
space.
pistol, Insanity has an AK. What a world we live in.
Yeah.
And,
Ooh,
well, I mean, takes Rundle's head. I mean, don't call it. Oh, wait, this
I'm
is
sorry, but like J-Pan is a shooter. I'm sorry, J-Pan's a shooter.
Yeah,
He's been hitting some.
We've been over this. J-Pan
blinders
has earned
tonight.
himself a tour of duty in the Premier Gulag for
No,
sure.
for
Regardless,
Like he's cooked. He's cooked.
Is Cat cooked? Cat is out on 50 HP nonetheless, and Jamer comes in to try and fill in the space to make this B hit a reality.
This nade, that smoke is arguably a smoke for ATL.
Yeah,
no, it does allow somebody to lurk up Catwalk, and yeah, Cat spams the smoke, catches out Centaurus. 3v2 situation. They're just trading blows through the smoke here. Nobody's taking direct fights. Jammer's sitting in the smoke, trying to catch the player that's defusing, but he can't find him. Steve KL just needs... Oh my goodness! Wow, in a 1v2, Steve KL fully defuses the bomb.
And he gets Insanity's AK.
Another player with the scout too.
Dude,
the AK is gone.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, well done. That's some great composure there from Steve to not get too frazzled by all the spam that's going through that smoke and just stick it all the way. Well done. Another great individual play to give NAN another round.
Jamer gets lost in his own sauce. Can't find the bomb he planted because of the lurk smoke that NAN threw of all people.
True.
And that's 2.
Okay, Steve is interestingly going for the old lineup for the ramp smoke when it's much easier to throw now.
Okay, but is there more swag when you throw it like the hard way? And well, that is that's a hard way to lose the opening pick.
That's a blunder.
There's a chase down on X-Sift and Raids cleans
2
that.
down B.
Okay, well,
they have to get in rotation quickly here.
You know, if Obama was taking that peak, he wins that fight.
Oh, for sure.
But Raids with another on the round, and now 5v2 and Blitzer and Steve caught in a bad situation here, and well, Chipap is about to get a backstab on Steve. Well, not before Steve takes someone out.
And Steve is kind of aware of it. Is he going to clear deep enough, though? No, probably not. Yeah, based on the crosshair placement. Chip is going to peek this, though, and Steve can't adjust in time, unfortunately. So Blitzer will opt to save the rifle here, already in a perfect position to save, and didn't really have a real timing on A anyways.
No.
And
I mean, it's a good opener.
This is... Yeah.
For ATL, but maybe dial down a little bit of the B aggression.
And this is also going to be ATL winning the Force by Wars here, because NAN's money is going to be reset.
Yeah.
Which is
benefit
big.
Planting the bomb twice, that you have the bomb income to fall back on, and the CTs have jack shit to fall back on.
Yeah. So this is going to be a force here, obviously, and then a double save from NAN. But they are going to get 2 rifles because Steve presumably will try to get an M4 into this one.
Yeah.
Or maybe drop some MP9s over, who knows.
It'll be
Nope,
enough.
opting to go for the rifle. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what sort of a setup NAN go for here, because they do have leverage in this round.
Yeah. I like the aggression, but I want to see it more towards ramp than I do on B.
Yeah.
But that nade is not going to be healthy for... Oh, actually, it only gets out with
No.
5 HP.
Only tickles Chip App.
Yeah.
And
well,
as you said, they're going for that ramp aggression. Rundle with a nice off angle on catwalk here.
yeah.
Ready to
He's
receive anybody that goes up there.
very isolated, though, and does trade it out
And
in
he's
Centaurs,
still,
which is
still
huge.
hanging out.
Well,
That's important. He needs to get out, though, and can't.
no. Get caught in the rundown, and Jamer and Insanity will start the A hit here. Still 2 ATL players kind of lurking really deep, though, and there's only 2 people on A to make this fight happen, so it's a 2v2 on A bomb site. Raids is in B, and Chipap is in mid, so don't get too hasty now. Don't give up a man advantage. And ATL will do just that. They slink back. But NAN is now going to be a little bit wary of this as Chipback makes a lot of noise in mid. It looks like it's going to be an A rehit.
And I think ATL had to pause there because Bomb was not with them after they got up
Oh.
towards A site.
Yeah, and Chipback should see Exif here.
Oh,
Yep.
this is weird. Yep. Yeah, okay.
A nice warm hug from Chip to Exif. Thanks for processing all my transactions, he says, as he dumps a Galil mag into Exif's body.
Yeah, way to get payback.
Yeah.
And so I think Blitzer gonna go for yet another save. It'll be interesting to see Blitzer's if somebody could pull up Blitzer's save stats, that would be cool because it feels like every single time there's been a save, it's been Blitzer. Not to like call him out or anything, but
Well, you don't understand.
I'm
He has
just
to
trying
save
to
the
keep
gun.
it
He has,
above.
he has to save the gun, man. So like, it's okay.
yeah, well, you know.
If you can't tell, for those of you at home,
Donk doesn't save.
the but Donk is usually dead or he's killed everyone in the first 5 seconds of the round. So
What I'm saying is like Donk doesn't save. So
okay,
you know, be like Donk, don't save. That's
fair.
the lesson to be learned from this is never save.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Never save.
It's
Blitzer,
not the fact that he doesn't even live long enough to save is not relevant.
that's fair. Blitzer, very pathetic attempt to get his case in front of the MIC, trying to stare at the common spot for the save. Blitzer, your team did no damage to anyone. They saved as sandbags.
Yeah. Look,
Nice
let's
try.
be honest, right? If Match Integrity Commission is going to be going after anybody, it is not Blitzer. All right, let's just be
Yeah,
crystal
well,
clear
the
about
yapping
that.
integrity community might. Why I see. Oh, and here comes, well, oh, wow, and that's a full bull rush at ramp, and down goes Centaurus, down goes Jamer.
That's catastrophic because NAN get 2 rifles out of this.
That's... Now things get sticky, and here comes the saved rifle. Here comes the saved rifle. There's 3 rifles now. And Chipap desperate for an opening back in, trying to leverage or equalize the player advantage a little bit that NAN has. Gets Exif. That's a start. And what a spray down onto Blitzer. Down goes the Yapper, and Chipap still fighting for his life at the backside of the generator. Gets out, tosses a flashbang, and swings wide again. And the Galil magazine comes up huge. Chipap with 3, but now it's all on raids. Can't clean it out. Steve is better. And a USP round goes in favor of NAN. How? Oh no. Oh no.
Really nice, you know, like early ramp peak, and somehow with USPs.
Yeah. It just works. Well, ATL need to recover off of that.
Yeah.
They've got the econ for it. But mentally, they got to be there. And while Exif actually starts picking up the off instead of Steve, which is a change of pace that we're not used to seeing. ATL fast up the ramp, though, and is Rundle ready for it? Yeah, shuts down Japan on the way up. 5v4 now for ATL. Wish I could say this is uncomfortable territory, but unfortunately it's familiar. And Rundle now repositions himself on the catwalk. Xantar's holding it, and Rundle's over-aggression gets punished. Now back onto a 4v4. This Chipbat makes a lot of noise in mid, threatening Cad, and Jamer finds Blitzer. Steve re-adventuring back into the A bomb site, feeling he needs to do something here, and well, the warning sirens have gone off on A, leaving the entire B side of the map empty, but there's still 2 lurks over on that side of the map. Exif tries to get cheeky with the op and gets the barrel exposed as Cat goes down 2, and down goes Exif as well as Zentaris. 4v1 here, and now Steve all alone on this A bomb site. As ATL will end up coming to A, so Steve does have an opportunity to make a miracle play if he wants.
So this catwalk around is weird. Is Jammer going to clear a headshot of the mission?
No,
he's gonna walk
no,
through
it's
CT,
Steve.
and Steve's going to get 2! Oh, but Jammer
Shut
clears
down.
him out.
Shut down by
Imagine if Steve turns around to get Jammer there
No.
while we are on.
No, that would be insane presence of mind, but he is safe.
Yeah,
He
and
is
this
safe.
This
And-
is another. We're back to force buy wars again because
Yes.
NAN are gonna have 3 deagles in this, and then an
Yep.
M4 and an AWP.
Yeah. Also, just letting you know, Boosh admitted to cheating in the Twitch chat, so this map doesn't matter.
Ooh, true.
Well, we'll play it out anyway.
Congratulations, NAN. Well done on getting your forfeit win.
Yep.
We don't even need to cast this game anymore. We can just.
Yeah, but we're
this
gonna
will
do
be,
it anyway
We'll be
because-
signing off. Ah, well. Okay.
We're gonna do it anyway
was
because I
head
think
off.
Chobits has my family in the basement, and by the basement I mean like the last PC box. So, yeah, Steve opping on B, Zentaris poking his head through the smoke. Wow, that is a grainy smoke.
Yeah, that is.
And
That's something.
I mean, this is a deadly angle from Steve here as X.
I like this.
Wow, I don't like that.
Okay. No,
But-
I was gonna say I like the position from Steve there to just post up default in because they're not
Yeah.
gonna expect to get off B, but it
Well-
doesn't matter. Steve just took his totally mod out. He's still in the molly, takes 64 damage.
Yeah. But I mean, this
And
PC
ATL are
is
doing.
Yeah.
It is wide open.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say ATL are doing a good job of whittling this down into 1v1s. Basically, they're just doing a good job of isolating the fights that they need to isolate.
Yeah. But
and doing a very good job of playing slow and controlled CS.
Yeah, but you're up a player now, so time to consolidate, time to hit a bomb site, yeah, and if it's A or B, you know, who cares, right? But, I mean, Zinsanity looks for an exploratory play on A, gets shut down, and now Zentaris comes up to March. The A bomb site getting a little claustrophobic here, close people in the smoke, but Chip that cleans 1, can he find 2? There's 2 people both 1 HP, and Blitzer's deep.
Oh, Blitzer! Okay. Labored.
Ugly. But no, Zentaris cleans that one up, and, well, there's a deep flank from Jamer here. Waiting,
This
biding
will
his
win the
time.
rounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve never saw it coming, and Rundle can't do much. Okay, ATL,
Yeah.
another victory in the Force Buy Wars, but if I know anything about CS2 economy, there will be a third.
Yep. And, you know, the 2400 loss bonus, so NAN just gonna finally take the full save. Not gonna be another, you know, either partial or full investment into this one.
Well, we have also identified the culprit of Aegis crashing. It was not Windows 95, but it's a 14th generation Intel CPU. So hopefully
that means
Aegis house
nothing to
didn't burn
me.
down. Well, apparently those catch fire. So,
Okay.
speaking of catching fire, Chip M rating, will it catch fire? No, only the one.
No
And wait,
fraudulent
bomb
eco frags
discipline,
here.
bomb discipline, bomb
Oh,
discipline.
no,
It's
you're
really
right.
Bad. It's really bad, but Zentaris' spray discipline, much better. Wait, okay, so they're gonna go to C, okay, phew. Raze and Jamer trying to hold the fort down as the rest of ATL fill in, and yeah, okay, Exif to secure the AK, and Raid secures himself a nice little rating boost. Good for you. And that will be a 5th for ATL.
I mean, they do get the AK. I think Blitzer actually picks up the AK and then goes like all the way to top of T-spawn, basically, to try to take another fight, which, given that Blitzer has no Kevlar, is audacious, to say the least, but
Hey.
not really a big error, all things considered, because I think even if Blitzer doesn't take that angle, it's difficult for NAN to win that one, and they will get out with an AK, so not really a big blunder, if you ask me.
Yeah, not the end of the world by any means, but yeah. That will be a 5th. The porta potties are clean. Well, the porta potties are not clean, but they are free of CT presence. And Cat will go down with the ship. So, ATL with 5. And again, the economy poor on NAN.
They will. I think XF could drop one over if he wants to. Opts not to. Will keep his money.
Yeah, and more importantly, the only member on NAN with really a full build of utility. I think that's probably the deciding factor in not being able to drop a gun. And well, nobody wants to bomb us.
Yep.
So let's see here. Yeah, a loss here puts NAN into another precarious position, and really you're starting to lose control of the game at 7-3 potentially. So now ChipBap decides to pick up the op. Put your bets in now as to who will have it next. We've had, I believe, Exift, and then now ChipBap. If you betted Jamer or you betted Steve, sorry, the house got sold.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, well, CS players should be used to that. And a much slower round now at the start. 5v5, still with 1:20 on the clock. Exift playing behind the double box, looking for something. A little bit of over-aggression, and Jamer might indulge him on it. No, decides not to, and ATL slowly working their way up to Crane. Look at how far back NAN is playing on this A-bomb site.
Gonna be a board boost here too. Jamer's gonna have a good. Ooh, XF spots it early though. Nice,
Yeah.
well done.
And an awkward jump there from Jamer, trying to still see Exift as he ducked behind double, and well, that's man advantage for NAN until Blitzer gets his head taken
But
off.
Raids catches one in mid though. This round
Yeah.
is definitely wide open for ATL if they can get the rotations.
Yeah, and well, Raids spraying down
Raids
Steve
can't find
again.
one.
Yeah, and Zentaris knows there's another player in heaven, so this A-bomb site is really weak as they come in, and Raids is still a thorn in NAN's side as Zentaris sprays the smoke and comes out worse for it, but oh, side hall not cleared. Steve.
Ooh, and Steve has a really good timing here too.
Yeah.
He's gonna at least get the op.
Yep. Wow, Zentaris
Run
great
away
trade.
over peaks. He needs to get 2 and he can't.
No.
Nice,
Cat.
well done from Cat.
Yeah,
To
Cat
get
now
that
in a
one.
1v2.
He's gonna save.
Wow, he's gonna opt for a save. So yeah, so that puts him down to 6, and ATL clear-cut advantage now at the start. And again, another force buy on the books because CT economy.
I think it's sort of that swing from Rundle that really sells the round, right?
Yeah.
Because Steve has a pretty good timing peaking ramp, right? And all Rundle has to do is just stay alive because what Steve can do is just get one and then dip out. But because Rundle dies there, Steve feels like he has to overcommit and try to get a double spray down, which obviously a much lower percentage play than just getting the one and getting out, right? So really, it's Rundle dying that creates all the pressure for NAN.
Yeah. And
I think this might be a buy here because XF can get a gun and Cat can drop one over. So this might just be another force.
Glory to the
No,
force
doesn't
buy
look like they're
empire.
opting to do that though.
Yeah, it'll be
Not
a half
even
as-
like an MP9 buy from XF at all.
I think he's saving for an op. Yeah, I think he
Alright.
wants to contest ChipBap on one of these lawn angles, and well, some early B ramp aggression here, but not much to show for it. And Blitzer spamming it. Well, okay, Rondo does take down Zentaris, so the aggression works this time. And well, we've seen ATL lose ecos before, so let's hold our breath here.
I don't know if that nade was intentional from Chip.
I
but
looked
it
it
worked
looked
out
like
because
it.
the AK is very far removed now from NAN. It's double mollies thrown from ATL too, so there's definitely some big pressure being applied on B site, and yeah, they're just gonna get the side entry immediately. So
Exif does get raids though, and ChipBap's isolated, cut off from the rest of his team. So 2 players are on B, and then ChipBap is fighting for his life right now at the bottom of the
util
ramp.
dump here.
Yeah. Picks up an AK, swings out wide, and Insanity takes out Exif. So the AK threat down, but the bomb, what a shot!
Oh,
through the
Steve
snare
catches
grate.
out the bomb. That's huge, and he can just tuck too and wait for Rundle to get in rotation.
Yeah, but Rundle needs to hurry. Yes, he's going to start feeling some pressure, or he could stay cool under it. Takes down Jamer. Where's Rundle? Bomb secured, but Insanity's keeping the fight up, and Rundle now on 12 HP. Needs to join up with Steve as Insanity throws a smoke at his feet, looking to plant.
Both players have
double.
Kevlar too.
Yeah, and now they both have AKs. So it's on Insanity here to win an incredible clutch. And ATL need this. They can't be
Ooh, this
losing
smoke
ecos.
lurk. Oh,
Yeah.
Rundle's not going to see it on the walk by.
No,
Yeah, and
but
Steve's dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
but not expecting the first player to
Rundle.
cross.
Yeah, expecting Rundle to be bottom B stairs.
That's another eco loss for ATL. They lost to USPs, and now they've lost to 3 P250s, and you just can't help but kick yourself as ATL.
Yeah,
You're winning the
NAN
hard
can't
rounds.
win the gun rounds.
No.
Yeah, NAN can't win the gun rounds, but they can win the unbelievably difficult low percentage rounds.
So clearly the solution is for all of NAN to just buy a Nova on this round.
I'm inclined to agree with you personally. Maybe get some like UMPs in there and XM.
XF takes the hardest road and opts for the cheapest gun in the game in an op. So
Well,
Victory
technically not the
disqualified.
cheapest. What about the M249 though?
Oh, that's
Consider.
true. That's true. Well, XF. Oh,
Going for the
looking for feet
reveals the
pictures.
op early.
I'm sorry. I'm losing it, man. I need to get out of this game.
Yeah, like the frontal lobe decay is happening in real
Rapid.
time. We have the neurotoxins from having stayed up so long are building up.
Yeah, and while Chipep's aim is not decayed at all, and Cat with a beautiful spray down
Great
gets
trade.
2. Raid's not able to trade that kill out, and Jamer caught jumping up. Except goes up on top of double. Still fishing, and Steve trades out Zentaris, so it's still on a 2v3, and Exif will continue to take the brunt of the pressure. Still stuck
Except
on
just
double.
needs to live here.
Yeah, and I think he will as the swing out comes, but no!
No!
What? Cat needs to be a hero and gets shut down by Jamer.
Oh my goodness.
No
way.
it's all dude, no.
Not like this. Not
Steve.
again.
Steve, please save Nan. Steve, save Nan. Steve, save Nan.
I believe
If you can
do.
hear us, Steve,
I believe
save
in life
Nan.
after love. It's not going for this clutch particularly quickly, but there are 2 smokes down on either side of E-Box, and Jamer will go down, so it's down to a 1v1 between Steve and Insanity. Plenty of time here for Steve to make something out of this.
Oh, this is aggressive.
Insanity is going to clear E-Box.
What a
Oh
flick.
my goodness, what a flick from Insanity! That's unbelievable. He doesn't have the pre-aim at all because he thinks that Steve is going to be sitting E-Box likely, but no! Steve
That's a
has
huge
that
round.
by all means, that should be teed up for Steve, but Insanity hits an unbelievable flick onto Steve to I'm not going to say steal a round because it's a 1v1, but get what is a much needed round because look, NAN are going to be on sort of a force by here, 3 MP9s, and ATL could very much go up A4 on this T side.
Yeah.
And they keep in mind this is an ATL team with 2 subs, one of them being in Challenger.
Yeah. Well, don't underestimate the power of Zins, man. And here comes Zintares. Oh. Gets a little graze, a little warning shot from Steve there at the top of the ramp, and well, starts re-adventuring out. Raids, spots the MP9 of Blitzer in mid, and then gets out. A lot of good information right now for ATL, and Zintares makes better on it. Takes out Steve's head at the top of ramp, and he starts inching up. Starts making this awkward. Now Rundle's op. He needs to relocate to a better position, exposed from both ramp and side hall. And wow, the opening pick. Yeah, I was going to say the opening pick was on A, and Rundle's basically been told to hold it on his own.
Yeah, like solo with the op, and Rundle's going catwalk, interestingly, here.
Yeah. Looking for a surprise pick on 1, and then hopefully can retreat safely to heaven, but he practically will surrender control of the bomb site, even if he gets
This is
the
just
1.
going to be a straight-up A hit here from ATL. Rundle is going to get out of dodge and go back to heaven, but he's going to be completely locked off from everything. Opts to go back catwalk?
Yeah. He's hoping for someone to walk into his crosshair, and he might get it. Uh-oh, he spotted now.
But they've spotted him. Yeah.
Yeah, Zintares.
Does shave off Zintares.
It's Insanity. Almost had a chance to get his own body destroyed by the off, but no. And Cat sprints through the smoke, but no success. Now Blitzer 1v4 with an MP9. This is done. ATL will take 8. Jamer.
Oh,
Jamer.
no.
Relax.
Oh, Jamer.
Calm yourself. Yeah.
Okay. That knife was a little bit ambitious, but I like I appreciate the attempt. Nevertheless, this is gonna be ATL going up 8-4 on their T side, and notoriously, or not notoriously, but Vertigo is not really a T-sided map. Like it's pretty even, but so ATL getting out with 8-4 is, needless to say, incredibly solid. So as long as they can get this pistol run and then the conversion, it's looking very high probability for ATL here.
Yeah, but I think pistols have been pretty balanced so far across the board.
They have been. They have been. I think they especially lean more towards T side too. I think.
Yes. And I think
T-side has
Nan,
consistently won
Nan's
pistols.
T side is, I mean, let's say like Nan's T side is bounds better than their CT side. So if there's any side to do damage on, it's this one. ATL will strike first as Steve gets a little bit of nade damage, and ChipApp getting overwhelmed here in mid. Tries to get a flashbang off to help Insanity. Can't do it, but 3 blind tees, and
incredible
ChipApp
flash!
tees up. ChipApp tees up 2. Raid's trying to find a third, but Steve takes out Zentaras on the B bomb site. Now in a 3v3. With the bomb not on B site, mind you, XF has to evacuate from mid to get that onto B.
All men have to do is just not peek out from E-box here.
Well,
okay, they do get chip
will
out.
do it.
They know both players are CT. Surely you tuck here. Okay, Steve, you're crazy.
And Jamer makes a crazy
well,
jump. Okay,
well done. Look, if there's anything that
happened?
you can say about that round, it's that NAN are not playing scared. They are 100% willing to take these.
What
I
happened
will
to...
argue at some points insane peaks.
Yes. What happened to not peeking before the bomb got planted, by the way?
Look, it's what is it? It's 12:23 a.m. Eastern time.
I accept your explanation. I will shut up for the rest of the match.
I think mostly people just like want to get this game over with. If I had to proffer a real argument.
Well, Blitzer, get your ecos. Okay, a little labored. Very labored.
Okay.
But an eco is an eco. And, well, the ATL squad goes prowling, and that's not exactly a comfy fight.
And we're just sort of hanging out over Great right now.
I think Nan is holding a funeral for Cat at ramp as ATL decides to kill Blitzer. Because if they kill Blitzer, it's basically a round win.
And ATL aren't going to hear Nan basically completely running up ramp here, although that utility will obviously get noticed. So
yeah,
could be some more damage in store for ATL here. Okay, smoke spam catches out Insanity. Blitzer gets raids in mid 2, so... and Zentara's labored onto Blitzer, but it's in Mac 10, so it's not really anything worth saving.
Well, Blitzer died, so it was worth it.
True. Well, I mean, I don't know. If you're concerned about killing Blitzer, then maybe that he's already won. You know, he's in your head.
That's true. That's true.
If there's anything that Blitzer is good at, it's playing the mental game.
That's fair. That's very fair.
And Zentaras is going to get cleaned up here, so Nan with a fairly clean pistol conversion will keep 2 AKs into the next as well, which is pretty important. So they definitely have a T-set that they can build on.
Yeah.
But into the first gun rounds, it will be interesting to see what sort of a setup that ATL are going to opt for this time around.
Is the meta on Vert not to play heavy for ramp anymore?
I don't know. I think the jury's still a little bit. I think obviously there is more of a trend towards playing B, just obviously because ramp is more difficult to take. But I don't think that it's the type of thing where you can completely sag off ramp.
Okay. Because I feel like across the 2 games that we watched, like, all the action has been towards B and mid, and like only late in the round is it towards A.
I think it's because when you go ramp, you generally need to have like some sort of an execute lined up, and I imagine that neither team really has that ironed out. At least not ATL definitely doesn't, because
fair play.
They have 2 subs, so
fair enough. And ChipApp gets adventurous, shuts down Blitzer, and that's an opening pick for the Hydras. XF somehow has made his way up to white somehow. And the alarm bells go off for ATL. That B side is horribly weak.
Draw
but
a second player.
Yeah, the real threat is on A here. Zentaras does clean up
exit.
Yeah,
Jamer is in a good spot.
Too exposed, but does make it manageable now. And Insanity just needs to get out of dodge and maintain the man advantage here. 4v2 and a spray across. ChipApp is very unlucky to not take a head off there. But Steve KL will trade back on Insanity. Yeah, and Cat follows up with a second. Now down to a 2v2. Raids, MP9 cleans that up. And now Steve at the back of the ramp, firing away. Does kill off ChipApp. Or sorry, kills off Raids. But
his timing on short is really early.
Yeah. ChipApp
round over.
Lurked up way too far up, and Steve wasn't ready for it. A costly win, but it's a win for ATL.
Yeah, I think NAN probably had some outs in that round because even though they don't really have any control at any other parts of the map, like mid and B are basically completely shut down, they do have a decent timing up ramp.
Yeah.
But it really hinges on Jamer at least getting one, playing that top headshot position, and he gets the one that he needs to make it a doable retake for ATL.
I mean, well played to Steve, well played to Cat to make that competitive, especially in a 2v4. They were really able to isolate fights really well. Just not enough players to get it over the edge, you know? But, well, here comes Steve sprinting up ramp through, but ATL won't be there to welcome him, and the Force by Wars will continue until morale improves as Sanity opts for a FAMAS. The war crime has been committed.
And ATL are going to have the info that there's at least one ramp, which leads them to go for the boost. But
this is
Steve
new.
Hasn't pushed up too far. He's definitely not going to be ready for this for sure.
Yeah, but it's a very deep boost. Yeah, he would need to extend all the way to the top of the ramp to really expose himself. And well, here
it
comes
looks
the
like he will,
exposed.
though. Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, Steve's dead to rights. Oh, okay. A little bit labored. Gets picked up by Jamer though.
That's okay. A kill's a kill.
And don't really have any space to speak of otherwise. That was sort of very disconnected because Steve is just going on a solo mission, basically dry up ramp, and nobody is leveraging that map space at all.
What is this angle?
Basically, just gonna have to do this try. Okay, Chip with a ratty fucking goblin angle there, and ATL can't quite clean up the two side entries, so it might get into a post plant here.
Molly misses too.
Cat manages to get the bomb down. The molly does not spread far enough, and Exift only 2 bullets though. They could run him down. No, opt not to. Never mind. Actually, they do. Just Insanity peeks after Exift at E-box, and this is unwinnable if you're Cat. Yeah, dead to rights. Round over. And it was just sort of like a weird disconnected round from NAN there. I don't like the fact that I don't know if that was the design of the play at all. I don't know if Steve was sort of trying to feign presence on A to draw rotations. And to ATL's credit, the boost was a good read because there wasn't a lot of early round pressure.
Yeah.
But Steve definitely on an island, and NAN don't really look like they're doing anything to leverage that position at all.
Well,
I think it doesn't really create any opportunities for them.
I think NAN's read is that if they didn't boost the entire time on CT, they're probably not considering it. And ATL for the previous round was playing so far back on the A bomb site, right? Like a lot of the resistance.
True.
Actually
Yeah,
came
there
in.
was some conditioning involved from ATL there for sure. I will grant you that.
But the one time the boost happens, it gets punished really hard, and now you're staring at. Okay, I'm not saying 11, dude. Like knowing NAN, they're gonna win with these Tech 9s.
Yeah.
Well, here's the B rush. Let's see if they win.
Does Starly Caster Curse override the NAN eco streak? Is the question.
Probably.
I'm gonna go with yes.
Oh,
The
here
power
comes
of Big Slime overcomes everything.
Well, except the inability to win a trophy. Oh, here come 1g's. And well, I mean, Rage just gets okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Starly Caster. Okay, well, it's doable.
Oh my God, what a shot by Chip!
My goodness. Okay, that's crispy.
And now NAN is getting flushed out of positions with Jamer's Molly and one player close to the gen. Cat gets shut down.
Blitzer is way too far removed from this.
Yeah, and well,
yeah.
Well, a nice ding, but gets one back himself, and a lot of damage, but no kills.
Gets shut down.
Okay, well, I mean, Jesus Christ, that was close.
Was Blitzer supposed to be like a? I assume Blitzer was holding bottom stairs there, right? That whole round, because he was sort of removed from the entirety of that play, and Starly Caster Curse does come into play here because they did not win that eco round, and ATL will get 11. Okay, buy helmet.
Okay.
I agree. Always buy a helmet, except many times you shouldn't be buying a helmet, especially on CT.
Oh, that's a gift.
Yeah, Exif's gonna get chunked by that.
Well, here comes another boost. Steve, well, you would think Steve is ready for it this time, but let's see if he is. I mean, Chip App again, another great opening.
Yeah, he's been dominating in mid this whole game.
There's the
They are
boost,
ready for the boost.
Wow.
Ooh, great spam damage. And they know that Jamer is dinked too, so they might try to accelerate off this, but the flash sort of stops them in their tracks a bit.
Chip Bap's getting greedy now, but will Blitzer flush him out?
Steve goes down on A ramp too. Blitzer ready for it.
Still a 3v3, so ATL's not in the worst shape, but this NAN take is all over the place. You got someone throwing gen smokes on B, and then obviously Blitzer or Rundle was there to spam the boost on A, and then someone's also in mid making noise.
Yeah, this is it's a tough mid round to navigate if you're NAN, because again
Yes.
there's not a lot of space, and
But
really the only info you have is that Blitzer has one picked in mid.
yes, but it's also super confusing for ATL, and while Jamer needs to win that fight, he does it against Rundle.
And they probably know that they can accelerate A because it looks like
Yeah.
someone got flashed down the stairs, so they know there are two B players, so yeah, NAN are just gonna run all the way.
The question is, do they hear raids now under them? They should, and while Zentars is also spotted in CT. Yeah, Rundle already going to clear out ramp, so Raids needs to go big here. Does get Rundle, but can't get Exit. What a shot. Takes Raids head clean off. 2v1 now for Zentars. Has a kit and has a smoke. The promo's got everything to do. Can he make it magical to get ATL 12th?
I think Blitzer is not really tradable here.
No, neither of them are. And, well, this could be an El Clasico. Uh-oh.
Don't let him...
Oh, no.
No, please. No, 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 no! No, please! How does Chip... I don't understand. It
It's a
doesn't
disaster.
make it make
It's a disaster.
sense.
It's a
Make
disaster.
it make sense, please. I
the stream.
beg you.
Cut the stream. It's a
Oh,
disaster.
How
It's a
does that
complete
happen?
collapse. That's 4 in a row now for
Man,
ATL.
the spray into the smoke is like millimeters, pixels off.
It's so NAN over. And here comes Chip Bap again.
He's so aggressive in mid. Look at all this info that he has.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you be? He's been winning this opening fight every time.
Yeah, and that's like 20 seconds worth of info that you have. You know that they're not going to be going mid for a pretty sizable chunk of the round here.
Yeah, and I mean,
Just another default spread from NAN here. Nothing particularly interesting. Again, Blitzer going for this late timing in mid has constantly been doing with Chip Bap, but needless to say, Chip Bap has been winning these duels. And Zentara shaves off one off the B play, and yeah, Blitzer, wow, okay. Great awareness from Chip Bap to be aware of that timing.
yeah, and Cat needs to do a lot here on this default position. Gets naded out
And
by Chip
look at
Bap.
how comfortable ATL are. They're not like biting off of this B take at all. Although Steve with 2 great kills, but I mean,
He needs to be heroic.
yeah,
It
this
is
needs
1v4.
to be something special.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one player that can make it special, it is Steve. So 1v2, 18 HP, the last hope for NAN. I mean, the only solace is that he does have the bomb.
Yeah.
And the 2 ATL players are giving ones, right? Like, they're trying to hold space again instead of just playing for a trade and letting the bomb go down. Steve will
is
find
going the
weak...
right way.
Yeah, this is the empty bomb site, but I don't
Still
know how
unbelievably difficult post plant.
Yeah.
Right, 18
If
HP, no
Chip
util.
Bap, yeah, as long as Chip Bap doesn't get goofy, and he waits for raids, then I don't see a way for Steve to win this unless he just lands the most insane, like, 2 bullets combo.
I'm inclined to agree.
But, well,
Steve can't even.
that's
Okay.
bad. That's
No,
really
that's
bad
a
from
great.
Chip.
That's a great way for Steve to start that.
Yep. Steve's in a really strong position now as Raid's walking into his crosshair. No way,
What
Steve.
a play!
No fucking way, Steve.
That is unbelievable.
A 1v4
Wow.
to keep NAN in the game. Jesus.
I mean, Chip. I'm not gonna say Chip necessarily overfaces so much there because it's a slight peak, but Steve is just so ready for it. Like it's getting the first one is already an insane shot, but what a pre-aim into CT to get that second one. That's crazy.
And ATL have emotionally forced here. So if
sure.
NAN win this, I mean, look at Jesus Christ, there's $250 to split between NAN. Or sorry, ATL, but Chip out. I mean, he's still so aggressive, and he gets punished for it on Rundle, but traded out by Jamer, and another kill from Zentars. And the raid boss is down. Steve is down. It's on Exif and Blitzer to make this happen. 2v4, minute 30.
And Exif has so much to clear on ramp 2. And he's going to
Yeah.
have to do most of it solo because Blitzer is playing top mid at 120.
Yeah,
Making
and
a
I
lot
mean,
of noise about it too.
and Sinsanity's more than willing to welcome him. Yeah, just
Yeah, and it's
a
over.
Ferrari peak. Exift needs to replicate Steve's heroics. Once was already insane. A second would be calamitous. As he works up
Especially with
side hole.
the finances
I mean,
of ATL.
again, to his credit, ATL is split. The first person up will be Jamer. Now rotates back around. It would be Zentaris, but I mean, again, neither A player really tradable.
Really
So
depends
Exift.
on if
Yeah,
Raids or if Jamer tucks on the short fight. Timing is weird.
and now the reinforcements get called. Yeah.
Yeah, and Exif gets cleared out.
Oh, the nightmare is over for everyone involved. ATL
Finally.
2-1.
At 12:37 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have finished this veritable epic of Counter-Strike with so many twists and turns.
I'm tired, man. I'm really
Uh,
tired.
Oh,
Dude,
no,
the
we're
interview's
doing
gonna
an
be one
interview.
question. It's gonna be one question. It's gonna be, do you want to go to sleep? And the answer is gonna be
The
yes.
answer is yes. I want to go to Sleepington
I want to
City.
go to sleep so fast. I want to, dude. I know TB1 is not calling sleepers for the week, right? I know he's not saying that. I know. I'm not. I know he's not. I know he's not saying that.
Look, when TB1 speaks, I listen. I have to. I have to do it. If someone comes in for an interview, I will do it, if only because I know that I have to do it for TB1.
Oh my
And we
god.
have Chip Bap.
Oh my god, it's Chip F. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
goodness! All right, we do
Get him
have
the
an interview.
get him
All
in
right, let's
here.
get Chip. I can drag Chip.
I already, yeah, dude.
Hi,
Oh
Chip
my,
Bap.
dude, Jesus Christ.
That was a series and a half.
That was
That
something.
was something special. All right.
Dude, I
Um,
can't tell you how bad the vibes were at the end of Nuke. And
I
then,
would
dude, because
imagine.
okay, I'm a bad GM. I'm gonna out myself here. I forgot that you can have a promo and a sub. For some reason in my head I was like, you can't have more than one player subbed out, which is true if it's like not your franchise. Then I was talking to TMs about it, and somebody was like, "Wait, why don't you just promo somebody and sub somebody else?"
Wait, so was Boosh actually playing at a LAN cafe and
Yeah,
they closed?
Boosh is on
Wow.
vacation, um, with his girlfriend, and he left tonight to. She's like at a conference, so like she was just at work, but he left the hotel and played from a LAN cafe right outside of Boston. And map 3 going into it with like all the techs and everything, it was like 11:30 already, and the cafe closes at midnight. So
That's
going into map
funny.
3, thinking we only had one sub, it was like, okay, well, do we use our one sub on Boosh, who has to leave in 30 minutes, or on AJ, who's crashing every other round? And then I remembered you can promo, and Glimpus was like, I'm around, and Raids was in my stream watching the game, and he's like, I can play. And they're both people. Jamer plays ESEA with Raids, and I play ESEA with Zentares. So it was not like we were pulling in people we don't know how to play with, which I think helped a lot.
I see.
On a scale of 1 to 11, how EP are you right now?
I'm quite EP. I have to be at work at 10:30 tomorrow, so in like just under 10 hours.
Yeah, dude. Okay, well, congratulations on winning. Last question. Do you have anything to say about Blitzer and NAN?
I'll save it for people who want to go back and watch my stream VOD.
Okay.
I had to get the boys fired up after a devastating map 2. I said what I needed to say there.
Yeah, so I saw the body shooting on Anubis, which was based honestly, so congratulations.
Palpable.
Yeah, so
Alright, I'll let you
congratulations.
guys end the stream. You guys have been sitting in here for like 4 hours.
That's
It's been 3.5 hours, yeah, and
Look,
then
we
call
were
was like 15
very
minutes before.
eager to end the stream after map 3 ended, but we were spurred on by TB1 to do an interview, and I'm not one to
Can't disrespect the
spurn
Prem god.
TB1.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. It's
I
Prem
heard if you
super sub
disrespect TB,
TB1.
I heard if you disrespect TB1, you wake up the next morning, your MMR is just 1540.
I would never disrespect the goat like that. So I felt like we felt compelled to at least get a little bit of an interview. But for the sake of everybody's sanity, we'll let you go here.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to come in and give you some. I heard you guys. I tuned into the stream and they were like interview, so I just left really quick to hop in. But I'm gonna go back talk
Incredible.
to the boys for a few
Yep.
minutes. Thank you for
All right.
streaming the most talented game of all
Of
time.
course. Congratulations on the dub.
GG's.
GG's.
Okay.
Well, that is going to be it for tonight. That has been ATL's Hydras versus NAN's 1g's. I hope, despite the fact that this was a particularly long-winded affair, that everybody enjoyed themselves. Myriad technical issues that impacted the series in interesting ways, but we got some good Counter-Strike out of it at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. So, ATL, I guess the last thing to cover is who will ATL be playing? Let's take a look at the elite bracket real quick.
Is it Big
It
Slime?
will be. It
I
might
think it's
be.
us.
Let me see.
Oh no, it's the winner of
No,
UPS
it's
Stab.
Yeah, it is the winner of UPSF.
Ah, okay. So
I assume. Let's take a look at score reporting. Oh, the only game that was reported was Big Slime versus the
I know,
West,
remember,
and-
because they got rescheduled.
Okay, well,
Well, we're going to sleep. That's
Yeah,
Rubai.
we're going to
I'm
sleep.
Starly. Nexus was on the sticks. Nexus cut the stream. Yeah, let's get out of here. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.